that's not us doing sound checks.
Yeah. The rest of the mods are just all sound checks.
Live. Oh, creating new.
Session -1.
I did 0, but we can do multiple zeros. That thing.
0.5.
I just called it new campaign.
0.5, 0.75.
We should talk about campaign name.
0.87.
We had a bunch banked, but I don't think we ever actually wrote them
0.92,
down.
0.99, 0.999, 0.999,
Campaign names.
99.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
We've had a couple really good ideas of like over the years. Actually, that was a proper statement. And I'm trying to think. I can't think.
What? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
What? I don't know. Perfect.
Roll for initiative.
Been done plenty of times.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
I don't know. We'll figure out a name later.
Twitch. Let's get real meta with it.
Twitching corpses.
Twitch-ing corpses.
All right. So for anyone who's just watching this now, because they're gonna put this eventually on YouTube, I assume these will just get uploaded straight. We are starting a 4th edition campaign for a system that only me and Rachel have played extensively in, I believe.
I haven't played it at all.
All right. 4th edition is a little bit different than your standard D&D, 3.5 Pathfinder or 5th edition. So we're gonna go over some pretty basic stuff now. And we'll just talk about it as we go. So, does everyone have their racial stats? You guys all picked who you're playing
I know my
as?
race, but I don't have the PDF. I don't have Dropbox on the computer.
Fucking dick.
Give
I
me a
just
sec,
opened
JP.
the
I'll
book.
give them to you.
Mine is. Still good.
Suck it.
Suck it.
Rachel, are they in InDesign?
Huh?
The Noir.
Yeah, they're also in OneNote.
PDFs, yeah.
Rachel just sent me the PDF in Discord, so I have it there.
Wait,
Sorry.
where are they in InDesign?
Is this where she puts everything?
Should be in supplements.
Supplements.
You are correct. All right, so I'm gonna post this in chat for everyone. It's
A fact. A faked.
It's over. It's over.
Okay, so the game is separated. The rules of this are very familiar to what you would normally do. We're going to be rolling d20s for almost everything you guys do, but there's going to be a lot of things that change. Base attack and all that kind of thing no longer exist. Skill points also are no longer a thing.
Yes, they are. Well,
No, they're not.
kind of.
So how it works is you're going to get trained skills from a various of sources, mostly your class. Sometimes your race will give you them as well, but most of the time it's just going to be your class. Those automatically give you a +5 in that skill. That's all it does, period. If you're trained in that skill, you get a +5. For everything in the game, from ability scores to attack rolls to skill checks to everything, you will be adding half your level. It replaces pretty much all of the things that you would normally do. So base attack is gone. Saves are no longer a thing. A saving throw is just a roll on a d20. 10 or higher you pass. 9 or below you fail. It's really, really straightforward. You'll be adding half your level to all of your 4 defenses: Fortitude, Will, and Reflex, and AC. You'll be adding your armor and such like that. Pretty much like your standard stuff. Everything in the game is based in squares. It's no longer based in feet. So you won't have a fireball that says I shoot it, 400 feet. It'll just say like 80 squares. There's a few different changes to how a lot of this stuff works, but it's usually pretty straightforward. The math is real easy. Making characters in 4th edition should not take you more than maybe an hour at most. So, Everyone has picked their races, I believe. Rachel, what are you playing?
Am
Okay.
Human.
Okay.
Noir.
Okay.
Halfling.
Okay.
Amorai.
Okay. All right. So we have 2 Amorai, a Noir, a Human, and a Halfling. So kind of a good mix. 3 ZE races, 2 regular out of the Player's Handbook races. Nothing weird. No Goliaths, no Shard Mines, no Shifters, no
Almost a pixie.
no
How many
Pixies.
years
Considered
since Darkness
Goliath.
War?
It's 8.
Because that's my age.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I could be shorter.
Okay, a couple of other things that are going to be really, really straightforward for you. I have given you a list of available ability score arrays. Pick one, apply the stuff, and then apply your racial bonuses to them.
How important is like an 18?
It's as important as it is in Pathfinder.
So we should probably.
It is important.
It depends.
Is.
So, an 18 to your Constitution will mean a lot more than an 18 to your Strength.
Yeah.
Because how they handle this is your HP is you get a flat number at every level. You no longer roll.
Cool.
You will just add that plus your Constitution modifier every level. And at level 1, it's a very
think I have a
large
lot of
number plus your
HP.
con score,
Not mod.
not mod.
Wow, I have a lot of
Defenders are
HP.
easy because my attacks are with con.
I have a lot of HP.
So,
What you need.
okay.
You did. No idea.
What else charisma?
No, this is the one.
Is it just
right here.
skills?
Skills for you, yes.
I probably want charisma though.
It depends on what skills you choose. So some skills will let you roll them without having be trained, but most of the time you cannot. JP, you're also going to want
So what's everyone's classes real fast?
Shadow Striker, so Assassin.
assassin.
Rogue.
Battle mine.
Hunter.
Are you gonna say yours?
Ardent.
Okay.
Sorry.
JP, you're actually gonna want the assassin that's not in that book.
No.
Well, technically you can have either.
Well, I'll take whichever one is probably what I want.
The one that's in Dragon Magazine is the one that you put shrouds on people and then invoke those shrouds and deal extra damage.
That was what I played in the thing. And that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to play this one. So yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let me go grab them.
'Cause that one was fun.
It's funny because one of the female names is one of the names I always pick.
Is it now?
Cassie with an I.
That's a really weird name. Is Cassie with an I? Spell out.
Yeah, it is. Spell out. Let me stab you. Stabbing. El Rio.
What's your name, Rachel?
I don't have a name.
That's always the last thing she does.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Trust because we went through 400 Warforged names until we picked one.
The book I need to grab for you is.
Oh, I like the power in that thing. Cool. Neat.
You're neat.
Believe it.
So there's 2 separate things. The original assassin, a shadow striker, and an executioner, a marshal and shadow striker.
Walk into a bar.
I'm gonna stab you.
Don't stab her.
Nope. Too
It's
late.
her job.
Are action points like
No. I'll explain action points when we get to them. They're kind of weird on how they work.
word?
They don't do what you think they would do.
Very good. Okay, I need to finish looking at my noir.
Battle mine.
Thievery, is that on top? Does that mean I'm trained in it? Or
No,
it's-
you just get a +2.
So that would go on.
It would be in the miscellaneous column.
It's
Oh, okay.
What ability goes into AC4 at Reflex and Well?
What?
What goes into AC4 at Reflex and Well?
Okay, so you will notice that your things are paired together on your character sheet. Strength and Con, Dex and Int,
That
Wisdom and
answers.
Charisma. You get to pick the highest of the two for your Fortitude, Reflex, and Will. So Strength and Con
Oh.
apply to Fort, Dex
One
and
or the
Int
other,
apply
yeah.
to Reflex, and Wisdom or Charisma apply to Will.
Oh, so if I can pump, so I can dump wisdom probably.
If you have good
that's up to you.
charisma, yeah.
Yeah, because charisma's what I want.
Yeah.
So if I dump whiz, I don't.
Unless you have will-based like abilities that need it, but like, or not
Wiz,
will,
yeah.
whiz-based. But if you don't, yeah.
I don't know why. I haven't looked at my class.
I don't
yet,
think
but-
you would. And
I
it
don't
doesn't
think I
sound
would.
right for
Yeah.
that build.
But yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, I'm gonna have a dump stat, and all the other ones are usually pretty important, but I didn't know they work that way. That's actually really cool.
You also don't have to worry about having
JP.
ints for what's the word I'm looking for? Skill points, because it's a set whatever.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, you don't have to worry
you
about
you don't have to freak out about int as much.
it. Yes, Brad.
I
Oh,
sent over the PDF.
see it.
It starts on page 16.
Save as. Save. 16, you said?
So your class is going to give you a few traits. It'll tell you what role, what your power source is, and what your key abilities are. For you, JP, it's going to be Dex, Charisma, and Constitution. It tells you what armor proficiencies you have, in this case, cloth and leather, and a light shield. Your weapon proficiencies, one-handed simple melee, military heavy blades, military light blades, and simple ranged. You have your implement is a Kai focus. I will explain those in a second. You get a +1 to your fortitude and will from your defenses. And you get 10 plus your con score at first level. You get an additional 4 hit points every level. And your healing surges are 6 plus your constitution modifier.
Another thing that's kind of cool is if you look at the different builds, which I think you might just have the one or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes if there's multiple different builds that kind of have different flavors, it'll tell you what the stat priority should be, and sometimes it varies per build. So you can have like a build that's like Dex, Charisma, Wisdom, and then another build that's like Dex, Charisma, Int, and it'll tell you like even though it's for the same class, depending on what they're trying to do. So yeah, it's neat. Like they give pretty good guidance like on the different.
For JP, you
Things.
get stealth and then 4 other skills
Oh, I see
as
that.
class skills, and you can pick one of them or 4 of them. Don't pick the same one twice. I don't know why they list it twice. Stealth is in
Stealth.
the list
Yeah,
of
it is in
things
the
that you
list.
can pick, but you automatically get
Yeah,
it,
that's
so it
dumb.
doesn't really make any sense.
That's kind of funny. I want to be
Very
double
stealth.
And then if you're a scion like you, Joe, it'll tell you what you have at level 1 because it's different than like that standard block. Yeah.
So I could literally be from an actual assassin guild. I should pick one. We have a couple.
Actually, I would not.
Okay.
Unless we want to make that the thing. For every level you gain, you do not get bonuses to your Constitution modifier to your HP. You just get that number, a static number. Makes balancing this very, very easy for a lot of you. So there's a couple things that we're going to want to go over as we go. Rachel already understands how most of this works. So I'm going to explain it for everyone. But your abilities are not going to function the same way that you would in Pathfinder or 5e. It's going to be a little bit different. So allow me to explain. JP has a choice of, at level 1, you have 2 at-will powers, 1 encounter power, 1 daily power. Yes.
So I get it's half level. Does it round up or down for level 1? Like, do you get
Down.
So we get nothing. At
Nothing at
level
level 1. So, let's say that JP picks a rapier as his thing. Let's see if I can-
God bless. I'm trying, fam.
So, for JP, if he picked a rapier at level 1, his damage is 1d8. So, let's say he takes Inescapable Blade. It's a dexterity versus AC attack, so he is rolling his dex against someone else's AC, and then if he hits, it deals 1 weapon damage, so 1d8.
Is there only just the one psionic power?
Yeah.
Okay,
There
so
is no
it's
psionic
just
power, too.
PH3 and then psionic
Psionic
power.
powers. Yes.
Do you need that book?
Okay. I've got it open here. Thanks though.
Like, they all have like at level 21, this becomes badass.
Yeah, because your original at-will powers have to scale with the rest of your stuff. At-will powers are precisely what they say they are. You can, if it's green, you can use it every single turn. If it is red, you can use it once an encounter. You have to rest for 5 minutes in order to regain its use. And daily powers are precisely what it says. You get to use them once and in 1 day until you rest again. There are different types of powers. There are, for JP, he has hexes, and then he has utility hexes, encounter hexes, and daily hexes. So they're going to do various things. So a lot of JP's abilities are things like Shadow Step. For him, he must be adjacent to a creature. He gets to teleport 3 squares to a square adjacent to a different creature. It tells you how often you can use it, who it affects, and what kind of action it is to use it. So for Shadow Step, for him, it is a move action. It only affects him, and his requirements are that he must be adjacent to a creature. Using powers are very, very straightforward. It's really hard to get confused on how these things work because they kind of tell you, and they don't really do anything else. For those of you who are casters, there are things called rituals that you can use out of combat. They have a long cast time, usually 10 minutes or more, and they're usually the things that you would expect to exist in spell lists that are kind of what you call like utility spells, like Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion, things like that. Rope Trick. Those are all rituals. You're not intended to use them. I don't think any of you are wizards or sorcerers, so it doesn't really matter, or clerics. Only 2 of you have spell lists. Just you and him.
Not really.
Not really.
Well,
Alright.
oh no, you're the only ritual caster.
Am I ritual?
You might be.
Where would it say? I don't have ritual casting for a class feature.
Okay, then
Yeah,
you
me
have
neither.
no ritual caster. Okay, it's fine. Ashley, are you sticking with Hunter, or do you want to do something else?
I'm probably just gonna
Okay.
I get to put little shroudy shrouds on people and then deal more damage against them.
Yep.
So you get your con score plus whatever it says at level 1.
Yes.
So 33 sounds correct for me.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the number?
15 plus 18, which is my score.
33.
I had
HP at level
16
1.
and... No, 14 and 12, 26.
Okay, let's explain what healing surges are, because that's going to be a thing that a lot of you are going to be confused
I
by
love
for a
them.
long time. So, you get a number of them every day. Healing surges, you only get so many.
I get 13.
Yes, you spend
I have
them
9.
in 3 ways. 1, as a standard action, you can take the action called a second win. You spend a healing surge, you regain a number of hit points equal to your healing surge value, and you get a +2 AC until the end of your next turn or the start of your next turn. I forget which.
Is that once per battle?
So
Or
once
per encounter?
encounter. Outside of an encounter, you can spend a number of healing surges as often as you like. You literally just full health outside of combat. But you'll only get, in your case, 13 every day. Some of you only have a few. Some of you will have many. JP, for instance, is only going to have 6 plus his con mod, which is not a lot. Joe will have a lot because you're going to be taking a lot of combat early. And the other way you can spend them is if somebody uses an utility power, or Rachel uses her ability to... She lets you use one, which she lets you heal, and then she also rolls an additional die or something else. I forget what yours does. That's it. That's how you heal. Period.
There's no healing potion?
Healing potions exist, but they let you spend healing surges.
Interesting.
There are other items that exist that say you regain hit points as if you spent a healing surge.
Yeah, phrasing helps a lot.
Yes.
There are some things that are as if you had spent, but you don't actually spend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on top of everything. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't get, much like 5th edition, you don't get skill points. So once you choose your skills, that's all you have.
It makes life easy.
I don't like
If you're good at something, you're just good at it. You don't have
Yeah.
to keep pumping life into it.
You pretty much get stronger every even level by 1, but normally on the levels that you aren't getting +1s, you get usually other stuff.
like feats and
Feats, daily powers and counter powers, things like
Right.
that. You can only have a certain number of powers for each. Eventually, once you, I think it's level 9.
You get to start retraining them.
You-
It's 7
you-
in some cases,
Yeah,
I know.
you get to start retraining your old powers with new ones. But at level 1, you get 2 daily or 2 utility or 2 at will powers, 1 encounter power, 1 daily power.
Like some at wills you don't have access to till like 7 or higher levels. So once you hit those higher levels, you're like, oh shit, I want to retrain this bitch.
Wait, how many what's do you get?
But
2 at will powers.
Mm-hmm.
So in your case, JP, it's your Executioner's Noose, Inescapable Blade, Leaping Shade, or Shadow Storm.
Yeah, I saw him.
And then you get 1 encounter power, so one of your 4 red ones, and then 1 daily power, one of your 4 black ones.
So that's just static.
Yes. Utilities are different than encounter and dailies. Utilities are usually used for movement or let you spend healing surges or something that doesn't deal damage to an enemy. In your case, you can usually turn invisible, teleport a short distance, gain
Well, I
dark
have
vision,
the
and things like
Assassin's
that.
Shroud, Shadow Step, and Shade Form. I think are my 3. Are those different? Or what?
Those are different.
Okay.
Assassin's Shroud, Shadow Step, and Shade Form are considered class features.
Yeah.
You always have them.
Where is like utility or whatever then?
You're in the bottom right corner. You see Executioner's Noose.
Of what? Oh yeah.
That's-
those the level 1s.
Yes, and
Okay,
then
I have 2 of those, right?
2 green ones,
Yeah,
1
2
red
green,
one,
1 red, 1
1 black one.
Yeah.
And then at level 2, you start getting utility hexes, which are
Got it.
different.
Oh, okay.
what
got
I
it.
like to do is I like to snipping tool out the powers I pick and put them in like a Word doc or a
Yeah, I
blank
might
doc,
And then print
do
them.
something like that.
and then
yeah.
print out the sheet that's just like all your shit.
we're gonna
So-
make cards.
So
Yeah.
can we switch out the at wills, or do we have to keep what we get?
You can swap them out once you gain enough.
Kind of like retraining.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get to
there is like
retrain them later on.
retraining, but
Because you get access to more too. Right?
Yes.
So you can
Usually
You'll
at
get
level
access to better
11
ones.
and level 20.
when you
once
go
you pick,
Paragon and Epic.
once you pick your Paragon path and your Epic path.
Cool.
How do you get your mod?
What do you mean? Same way you do before. What's your score?
Like my score's 8.
-1.
-1.
Okay, so it's what -10.
Minus 10 divided by 2.
Math is hard today.
Okay,
No,
so
it's fine. I just
so I
Same
can dump
issue.
wisdom. I honestly don't see anything yet, unless I'm dumb.
No, you're going to want wisdom or charisma to be high, not both.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so it's unlike Pathfinder where wisdom was the only thing that applied to your will save. They changed that in 4th edition, so now it's wisdom or charisma can apply to your will.
Which is huge.
Defense, because you no longer roll this stuff.
It's one of my favorite things about the system, to be honest.
Rachel, do you know if there's a good spot to put your PowerPoints anywhere on the sheet?
I just wrote it at the bottom. I don't think. Yeah, it's tough to find anything that has like accommodations for psionic
Okay.
stuff.
So then, do I have my? I don't think I have my strength ever either.
No.
Even on the OG forms, they don't have anything like for that.
Almost all of your attacks are going to be dex versus something.
Yeah, it's all dex.
Um,
Because I'm just kind of looking at like, obviously dex gonna be big, charisma is probably my second, and then con third, and then everything else is like a dump stat.
I wish the compendium still existed.
It does.
I think it's still out
Free?
there.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's still, you can still go to
Can you find it for me? Because
yeah.
I want to look up this feat, but I don't know where it exists.
Isn't that the thing that is basically the fully
Just-
integrated
oh,
character
yes.
builder and it's like drag and drop?
Well, and you could search. Like you could search.
Oh, cool.
it's
Yeah.
this. And I'm just going to give it to all of you.
Where do you find your healing surges?
It's on the first page of your character sheet, or your class.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you
Oh.
the link he posted, it's like literally everything for like 4E and,
Yes.
and like 8 data.
ki-
Like you could pull.
The compendium database that I just linked you for D&D Insider is for 4th edition, and it has literally every feat, everything for 4th edition is in a searchable format. You can look
Oh
up
my god, it's amazing.
classes, feats, rituals, anything like that.
If you know the name of something, you can just like look it up.
When do we get feats?
Oh,
You
you
get
have
one-
one
You
at
have
level
one at level 1, except for Ashley. She has 2 because she's human. The thing you're gonna want to pay attention to is on page.
Do you have a login still? It still wants a login.
Still painful.
Mine isn't.
Like you can search something and look at it.
I'll have to check.
Because I clicked heartening search, looked up the feat, and then it says save with every search, subscribe now, and already a subscriber, log in. So I can't actually see it.
Okay.
I'm surprised they're still collecting money for that. That's interesting.
The thing you're going to be looking for is on page 29. It's your character advancement table. Tells you everything that you get every level.
Thank you.
So you get feats at every even level. Powers almost every level, except for the levels that you also get ability scores on. So at 4th and 8th, you get 2 +1s that you get to spend, and then at level 11, you get a +1 to all of your scores. And then at 14 and 18, +1 to 2, 21, +1 to all. You can be expected to level fairly quickly, at least to level 5, because then your characters actually start getting crazy shit. Let me see if I can log in, Rachel.
Yeah, because that's kind of balls.
So I went 18 Dex, 14 Charisma, 11 Con, and then 10.
But that's normal. You're not going to be expected to handle a lot of that. The only thing that it starts to
It wrecks my fort save. But there's not much I can do about that. Don't make
Well,
me rate them.
do you not have a decent strength or con?
No. So, like, I went with the bottom one, the 18, or no, the second from the, wait, what did I do? Yeah, the second from the bottom. The 18, 14, 11, 10, 10, 8.
Okay.
I could probably get away with, like, a 16 one, but yeah, it's rough.
You're just going to want to make sure that one of your first items is a fortitude item.
I mean, I could probably pull off 17, 14, 12, 11, 10, 10. And then that would give me, or the 17, 15, 12 one. Because then when, what was it, 4 we get our first 2 +1s? Yeah. Because then that would put those up 1. And that would make my con not as shit. Fuck it.
Do it.
YOLO swaggins, dude.
You scooch in just a touch.
We're gonna give that a shot.
Hit me with your best shot.
What did I say? 17, 15? Yeah.
Any recommendation?
They're in player's handbook.
If you, Joe, go to page 179. You can see there are battle mind specific feats that they have there. If you're
Oh,
looking at
and
PH
player's handbook.
3,
That
yeah.
was like a
mhm.
PhD one.
And then if you look at your battle mind stuff, if you kind of, it'll give you a suggested feat,
Yeah.
which is kind of a good thing to kind of look at. Otherwise,
What
I would
the
just
hell?
dig through the normal PHB, and you've got your standard and
Yeah.
everything. But like, you have the options of like deceptive mind and improved speed of thought, and there's like 5 things on page 178 of that book. Yeah, I'm looking at the ardent ones now.
It looks as if it no longer exists.
Did it get deaded?
The subscription page takes you to a 404, so that's good. And man, maybe I should @ Wizards on Twitter for this.
Why 4E?
Because we.
Most people haven't played it.
And we've played a lot of everything.
yeah. And I tend to keep my options open.
We just finished a 1.5 year long Pathfinder campaign.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would be 2 in September.
Yeah, so a year and a half.
It felt like.
It felt like longer. Well, I mean, we planned it for a while.
Mhm.
We're running a couple 5th ed games right now.
Yeah. And we're just picking up a shortish game in
Yeah.
between this and the Pathfinder 2 beta
2E
test.
coming out in August.
So this is intended to be kind of an 8-week-ish
Well,
run.
play
maybe.
on other days.
Yeah.
But
that's its primary purpose.
Oh, okay. They just changed the page.
I was about to say, that's kind of weird that they would, have that resource and pull it down. Even if it's not their main supportive thing, it's already built,
Yeah. Why would you?
So why not just leave it? I can't find what I'm looking for.
I believe in you. Let's skip a page.
Yeah.
If you have more questions, though, feel free to ask.
So my skill points for thievery, they're at 11 right now.
Nice.
Rogue.
You have an 18 in dex, 2 from being a halfling, and 5 from being trained.
What? Yes.
Okay.
Heartening Surge.
Yeah, we're starting a. You can distract us. We're starting a new campaign.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Mark.
Difference in, or the interest in different versions is simple. Variety is a spice of life.
She's probably just quiet.
Am I just
Mark.
quiet? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How about now?
You're probably
Andrew's
really
pretty
loud
quiet.
now.
Sorry. We'll see.
Where is vision on this bitch?
Let me
You should
know.
have named yourself Vision.
Pathfinder is closer to 3.5. It's kind of they took 3.5 after Wizards kind of left it, and they used the OGL to continue on with it, and they made Pathfinder, and now they're making Pathfinder 2nd edition.
They slimmed down a bit of what was more,
Oh, they made it all free.
thick about the.
As of March 21st, 2017, you just need a Wizards account to log in.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm probably going to have to sign up again because
I don't remember what my Wizards account is.
I
It's been
forget
so
mine all
long.
the time.
Yeah, it is really, really close to 3.5. They slimmed down a lot of kind of silly things, even though it's still kind of a can of worms. It's a fun can of worms.
There's a lot of games that are also
Yeah.
not D&D 2 that we play on here. Like we played Tales from the Loop. I'm a big fan of Fate. There's other stuff we like trying out every once in a while.
I need a
just
Tales from the Loop game.
We played Starfinder for a little bit.
Starfinder.
Yeah.
That's very much its own thing.
Oh man, I hate when they do this.
Yeah. Second
Cool.
edition, 5th edition, they're both D&D. There's a lot of other games that are similar to D&D that you can play. That's not even tied to an edition number. They're just straight up different games in the same style. So, as much as I love being elves, dwarves, and wizards and fighting goblins and dragons, there's a whole lot of other games out there that you can do with tabletop RPGs. And I'm addicted to trying new systems.
Where are you located? Don't mind me asking.
Yeah, yeah.
The reason being is if you joined our Discord, there's a whole bunch of people from all over the place. We've had people like realize they were really close and start hanging out.
Or pick up, online games.
That too.
Oh, do we have anyone?
North of Nashville.
We'll just send Kyle to him right now.
Kyle's there right now. I don't know. I think we have other people in the Nashville area.
I don't know.
It sounds like familiar.
Yeah.
Brad,
I could be wrong.
if I have half my HP is 11, quarter
Round down.
would be. Is it round down for the surge value?
Mm-hmm. At least I think for some reason I
What?
round down if you have like an odd number, like 13 for
what?
for your search value because it's 4th HP.
Yeah, it's always round down.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I need a name.
What kind of name do you
Holy
want to go
shit!
Don't know.
What's up?
I haven't. It's been so long since I've logged into D&D Insider that the address is my old house.
Dude, I logged into my BattleNet account, or I was setting up a new payment method in my BattleNet account, and the
Oh,
address
man.
associated with my BattleNet account was like my mom's house in Streetsboro. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember like one time Brad logged into an old BattleNet account or
Yeah.
something, and the payment was like his dad's credit card,
Yeah.
like from
Who knows
when I had moved in with him, like the very first time. Yeah.
Yeah, I had,
So
I had a
funny.
bunch of like old credit cards on there too. I was like, jeez,
I love that.
it's always so fun and shit
I
like
mean, we'll come visit Germany and we can play. That'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah, I'm down.
We had isn't Zornstrom in Germany or? I thought we had someone in Germany. He's
That's
somewhere
someone near there.
overseas.
Yeah.
I thought he was in Germany.
Do you want to be a weird name or?
Something like that.
Why?
What color?
I don't know. Pink.
You want to be a pink one? Let's look up words for pink.
We also need a family name,
Oh no,
but
cousin.
we can work together on that one. So
Oh, no,
it's less
cousin.
burden.
that. Oh no, cousin.
Pink words.
Wow, you're getting lots of variation.
Pink words.
Oh no, I'm in the wrong book. What is happening? Ah.
It can be fuchsia.
A little too basic.
Yeah, it's a
Cute.
little basic.
We'd have to make it kind of weird.
Pink names.
Going mantle of elation.
You can name yourself Cherry.
I
Blossom.
could be, yeah, Sakura.
You could be a Powerpuff Girl.
I am a Powerpuff Girl IRL. So, you know.
Amaranth.
I could be Flamingo.
Cerise.
I was
Cerise.
Oh, I could,
Lavender.
could be Lavender.
Folian. Darling.
So confused.
Peach.
Oh shoot.
Carmen.
We did kind of answer why we were doing 4E. It's something Brad and Rachel have had experience in. I've never tried it. Andrea's never tried it, and JP and Ashley have only played a little bit of it.
Just one, just the one shot.
Yeah. So we
It's like a ready.
we were interested in trying it out more. It's something that Brad and Rachel hold near and dear to their hearts. So, as good friends, we are open to trying it out.
I've always had a good time with 4E. It'd be a lot of fun. Kinda. It's been a while. Yeah. Started playing 4E when I was 16. So, that's a little depressing
Now you
to
can
think
drink.
about. Yeah.
It might be because we're not by our microphones.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like books and stuff are in the way.
We're in weird reading mode.
Yeah, it's tough trying to.
JP, can you check voicemail?
Work on
Did the
everything.
thing save?
It's there. It's just Oh, that's the wrong mouse. I'm like, what the fuck? What am I looking for?
Oh no, it is there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's weird.
The gain's up. It's just we're like quiet. Even me talking right now, it's not peaking.
It should be.
Yeah, what the fuck? All right, that was probably a lot. I'm sorry.
Can you have too much cheese in hot sauce? Is that a thing?
Huh.
Nope.
I don't think you can.
I mean, you can. You're gonna regret it, maybe, but the answer is no.
I'm really confused.
Are you confused? I'm always confused, so I'm not judging you.
See?
But how do I get access to this?
Yeah, that's the secret. Tweak them.
My suggested skills were athletics, endurance, intimidate, and streetwise. I am doing fucking none of those.
What are they?
Those were for this build, but I don't want to do that.
Oh, you can pick other skills?
Yeah, that's just
Oh.
suggested. Like this is, you know, you have your class skill list, but the individual like kind of things recommend different skills for different builds, and I am not going down that road.
Streetwise is to find out information about the city that you live in.
Local.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd probably have that. I need
not-
to switch that.
Knowing where to find the best drugs.
Yes, probably actually.
Yeah.
Probably could use it for that.
Yeah.
What do you use endurance for?
Knowing the hip lingo that the kids nowadays are using.
Endurance.
Endurance is used to do things like run for a long time,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
How much do I need to focus on that?
That depends on what you guys.
I
plan
took
on
it.
doing.
Well, I don't have that, which as a working girl is surprising.
I have a
You should. That should have been your first one.
Just base all your skills off of that.
I know.
remembered what you
Endurance, acrobatics.
You can say it. It's okay.
Endurance is to save
needs
off
to be
ill
vague.
effects and to push yourself beyond your normal limits. Resist hunger, endure extreme weather, ignore hunger, thirst, hold breath,
I am
swim, or
classy.
tread water for hours.
Go straight diamond.
Okay, bye.
But I have to take heal, so I
How
can't
do
really
I-
take endurance.
I don't.
And I have bluff and diplomacy because I feel like both of those are very vital to my survival as a working girl.
True.
So my character's a whore.
Hey, Buck.
Equipment. What up?
Buck?
Hey!
Fuck, I was just
up.
talking about you, dude.
Yeah.
So Brad, this power reads
Gino.
under its effect, you assume the steel unity stance. Until the stance ends, you can do the following. That's what I can do. When do I know it ends?
Stances end after the end of the encounter. It'll last through
So
the
it's
entire
the whole encounter?
Yeah.
You go into that.
Or unless you, I think sometimes you could switch stances. That might change
Yeah,
it too.
I have a
but
bunch of random stance things. I
Yeah.
can do.
that's neat.
I need feats. The fuck feats do I take?
I took Heartening Surge,
I'm
which does
so
not apply to your
confused.
existence.
I'm not gonna take that. I'm gonna take that.
I'm so
Uh,
confused.
That's exactly what he said, Buck.
Why are you confused, my dear?
Because it's not
Yes.
letting me access the D&D Insider stuff.
We were talking about Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and how I suck. Being fat and shit. You know, the usual.
Oh, I can just copy these.
Did you give me this?
Yeah, I forget who was talking about it. Somebody was talking about it
No.
in
I'm
But
sorry,
it's in the
Tato board.
list. It's in Dropbox.
Oh, it's in Dropbox if you need it.
I can write it. It's fine.
I will help you.
How do I know how many actions?
You always have one.
Always have one.
Does it ever change?
Yes, after milestones you'll get more.
Oh.
Should I pick a feat that's like an assassin prereq feat or just doesn't matter?
That is entirely up to you.
What was that?
Brad found the drill.
These are like flagged heroic tier feats, but then the only prerequisite is that you're an assassin,
Yes.
so it doesn't matter.
No.
It's basically just glass feet for you.
Yep.
So
Because whenever I become invisible, I can make a stealth check to hide as a free action. That sounds kind of good.
it's just preventing other classes from stealing your thunder.
Yo, that's actually really cool. One of my feats
Thank you.
I could take lets me use my shade form thing, which makes me like basically
Jesus.
blurred. I think is basically what it does. Hold on, let me look again.
It makes you blurb.
Yeah. Take a
A
shattering
blurb
form
all
and
over the
last
place.
until you make an attack roll or until the end of the turn. While in this form, you are
Get blurby.
insubstantial and you gain vulnerable 5 radiant. Okay, well
Beanbag.
let's not fight any paladins. In addition, you can take stealth checks to come hidden if you have any cover or any concealment, and you can use this cover granted by your allies both to become hidden and or to remain hidden.
Okay, cousin.
Hi.
I get 2 at-will attack powers. I just thought I'd tell you.
Cool. Thanks for letting me know.
I'm gonna tell you all about them. Okay? I want you to know what I can do.
Okay. I can mark people.
I love marking. Marking is one really good thing that I like about
I
40.
think that's what I
Brad.
did last
Hmm.
time.
And I will
I
preach
become
the virtues of
insubstantial.
marking
What
forever.
does that mean?
It
Is
is a
You ghosty
Although
boy.
I-
Now you know.
I just also want to like point out I love that the DM screen for this because it has all like basically of the different
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on it.
conditions like on this side,
Oh,
which is really
really?
cool. Yeah, it's like a quick handy guide for him.
Insubstantial. You take half damage from any attack that deals damage to you. Ongoing damage is also halved.
Because the
And they were simplified.
the
There's
feat
not like
lets me
50
go
things
shade
for
form
each one.
as an immediate action when someone attacks me.
Yeah.
So I can just like basically half all damage and just like.
That's also something we need to talk about. So there's 3 types of actions. Standard actions, move actions, minor actions.
Not bonus. I'm gonna say
Yes.
bonus 10 million times just to
Fine.
warn you. But
And then free actions.
Yeah.
Free actions are free. Minor actions are minor. You get 1 of each. To follow up with that, you also have immediate and reaction actions. Immediate take place before.
immediately,
Yeah, and reaction is after.
as a reaction to.
Yes. It's very important because they handle things differently.
There's a stack.
Ooh, one
Because
ally.
sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying this is cool. One ally adjacent to you can make a melee basic attack against the target as a free action. If it hits, the target is vulnerable 2 to all damage till the end of your next turn.
So for calculating your melee basic attack, how does one do that?
For you, it would. What is it? Constitution for you?
I'm one Connie boy.
So all of your attacks are con.
Yeah.
So it's con plus any feats plus your class plus your proficiency bonus.
Plus my class?
Yeah, your class might give you bonuses to that
Oh,
attack.
okay.
And then any enhancements you might have.
But otherwise, it's I mean, yeah.
So weapons have 2 stats now instead of 1.
Right.
Proficiency bonus and damage.
So I'm taking a long sword.
Which has a proficiency bonus of
3.
3.
And does a D8.
Yes.
And it's versatile, so if I use
It in 2 hands, you
it
get an
does
additional
extra
1
damage.
So,
But I'm going to use it in one hand and use a shield. Because
So
I'm tank.
you roll a d8 and then add 3 to it.
No, proficiency is on attack rolls.
Okay.
So you have a bonus to attack, and then you have your dice for damage.
Okay.
So it's proficiency and damage.
Yep.
So-
But your power you use could give
right.
stuff. Like one of my main power things. Actually, almost most of my powers let me add dex or some variation of my dex.
Is there a limit to the number of immediate reactions one can take on
Yes.
this
I'm
once
actually
per
looking
round?
that up
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, because
I think it's once per round.
I think I might take this feat because it's pretty badass. It's called Assassin's Escape. Literally, it's an immediate action, so it's not a reaction. But I go insubstantial, basically. So if someone goes to attack me, I'm just like, nope, shade.
My immediate reaction is Mind Spike, and it's when an adjacent enemy marked by me deals damage to an ally, they take damage. Equal to the damage that it dealt to my ally.
Aww.
So I just punish them. And then I have things that up that. Like I took a feat that lets me slide them 1 square after I hurt them.
Dude, push him away.
That's pretty nasty.
You're like, bitch, nah.
Brutal shroud, because I get to mark people with shrouds basically, and whenever I pop, they're like the hex thing from 5e. So I get to like hex people, but I keep doing it, and then I can pop them when I hit somebody for an extra d6 per shroud.
So they like sit there.
Yeah.
They're like
little motes of
stacks.
shadow probably. But this feat is I get to reroll all ones until it's not a 1,
Nice.
which might be good. Always good, but that would mean I would have to use. Actually, no, I have some sexy d6s for that if I take that feat. How many feats do we get?
29.
1.
So we get 1, and then if we get for anything else, but we only get 1.
I get 2.
You're human.
Wow. Wow.
Is there a limit on how much money we get for stuff?
I think it's
Yes.
100 at level 1. That's what I just read.
I believe so. Yeah.
100 money.
If you don't write 100 money, you're dead to me.
I was reading a thing filling out.
Okay, so there are different types of immediate actions.
Yes.
Interrupts
Uh-huh.
and reactions.
Uh-huh.
Interrupts happen before, reactions happen after.
Mhm.
It's very important.
What about opportunity action?
Oh, interrupts are before? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Sweet. Because that's what this one says. It says an immediate interrupt.
Yes.
It has the potential to affect the.
Outcomes of these things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Opportunity actions are the same thing as attacks opportunity.
But they just might trigger differently
Yeah.
than how exactly it was.
You will have a trigger.
Yep.
And
An
then you
adjacent
will.
enemy marked by me shifts.
Yes.
I'm always triggered.
In fact, I shift 1 square.
Ashry!
So I follow them.
He wanted 100 money. Or give him 100 money.
You did give him 100 money.
There's no limit to opportunity actions.
So I can constantly shift
Yes.
around if my marked targets are shifting.
Yes.
Ooh, what do I want for my daily?
My daily, I
Opportunity
take a
attacks
stand.
are triggered by an enemy leaving a square adjacent to you, or by an adjacent enemy making a range attack or an area attack.
Gotcha.
So, it's actually really straightforward. Yes.
Burst.
Bursts. Oh,
Swipe you right
yes. Yeah, I'm gonna need to explain
Watch
that.
out.
You too.
Oh. Oops, sorry.
I don't know about all
Okay, so there are different types of attacks, and it's actually really important that you listen to this because it's very important for
Ears
a
is
lot of you.
open.
that. I'm listening.
So, there are melee attacks, which work the same way as they always have. Range attacks, which also work the same way that they always have. And then close attacks and area attacks. A close attack is an area of effect that comes directly from you. The origin square is within your space.
Hey, thanks,
Thanks,
Buck.
Hey,
Buck.
thanks, Buck. You the best.
Swinging your sword in an arc to hit everyone next to you with 1 blow, creating a blast of fire from your hands, or causing radiant energy to burst from your holy symbol. These are all examples of close attacks. Close attacks include 2 basic categories of powers: weapons attacks that deal damage to multiple enemies with 1 swing, and powers created by an energy that flow directly from your body to an object you carry. A close attack's origin square is always you. It has an area of effect. So if it's like close burst 50, that's 50 squares in every direction from you.
What a close burst.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of things that have a close burst 50?
There are a few. So
wow.
what it'll usually say in the range, it'll be like close burst 50, and then it'll have like you can target 1 creature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It tells you how close of an area it has to be from you. It's usually like lightning bolt, things like that.
Lightning bolt.
Close bursts, close abilities do not trigger opportunity attacks.
Oh,
That's cool.
Oh.
that. Wow.
So
That's fancy.
That's why my marking is close burst and not.
'Cause you just, like,
That would be
immediately-
super jacked if
You're
you
just like,
got.
hit me, bitch.
You got.
I
got-
marked that target. Ow!
You get wrecked on.
Don't hurt my
Um,
friends. Free attack.
area attacks are different. Area attacks will have a range and then an area, which functions the same way that it normally would in Pathfinder. Fireball, stuff like that.
Is that a blast?
Blasts, so close blasts happen on a side of you. So if it's like close blast 5, it's a 5x5 that is adjacent to your character.
Alright.
Yeah. Depending
So-
on what you're facing, trying to hit.
I need a marker.
No, I do not want an update right now. I'm gonna pick a time.
But now,
Goddamn time.
Windows, we're gonna fight.
it's gonna start now. Too late.
Okay, how about let's pick Thursday. There we go.
Thursday's
Brad,
always
that's a
Sunday.
close blast 5.
Yes. That is a close blast 5.
Phil drew a 5x5 square in front of a mini.
Minsk.
In front of the mini.
Well,
Battleborn Acuity. That's
Oh, God.
Area attacks create an area of effect, usually a burst or a wall within range. An area attack affects certain targets within its area of effect, which has a certain size. An area attack's area of effect, range, and targets are specified in its power description. I'm going to use Fireball as an example because it's one that everybody understands.
I love
what's a
Fireball.
fireball?
It's a thing.
Right, so you're supposed to
It's candy?
tell Windows that it's a
Or
bitch, a little
whiskey,
bitch,
right?
and dresses ugly.
It is, and I believe that.
True.
I snoozed it till Thursday so I can fight its bitch ass Thursday.
It's bitch ass.
Well, we'll see what'll happen if she won't open it until Saturday.
Fireball
Every week.
is listed as an area burst 3 within 20 squares. So it's an area of effect that has to be within 100 feet of you, but it's burst 3.
So it's one spot
And then
three
three
spaces out from
Yep,
it.
in every direction.
And diagonals aren't any weird thing.
No, more than 9 squares.
It's just one
it 7 by
diagonal is
7?
1.
Yes,
Is it
it's a
3?
7x7.
7 by
That's
7.
crazy.
Yeah, so it'd be.
I think this is the same.
One.
Yeah.
It's
This
not a
is
point.
this-
It's a square.
Yeah,
This is the center. You go.
the diagonals are still weird, for the record.
1, 2, 3. They are still weird.
I
thought
believe
one was
so.
1.
No, you're right. Diagonals are not weird. It would just be a 7x7 square block.
This is how you do it. Don't draw lines.
You don't even need the lines. It's literally just a 7 by 7 square. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you just.
Their day jobs.
Your attacks are going to deal damage differently. So if you're a wizard or a caster or anything like that, only a couple of you actually cast spells.
I use weapons.
You are going to be using your. It's not like Pathfinder where you attack with Fireball and then the enemy rolls saves.
You attack.
You attack them with your attack.
You get a roll.
Yep.
Oh, so you'd roll an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be
It's
attacking
fun.
their reflex. I'd
Yes.
think,
With Fireball, it's intelligence versus reflex. Every single one of your attack powers is going to have under the attack. It's going to list a attribute or an ability score and a defense. Sometimes it's versus AC, sometimes it's fortitude, sometimes it's reflex, sometimes it's will.
I need a button. Here's a wand. Thank you.
The pink wand.
If you do not like the class you are playing by level 3, let me know. I will let you switch. I think Ashley's going to be the only one that's weird.
I mean, that's
Well,
general
it's
statement.
because the Heroes of the Forgotten Kingdoms and Heroes of the Fallen Lands, they were released 4 years after 4E started with additional paths. Because if you choose any other ranger abilities from like Primal or Martial Power, any of those, they're not going to fit the theme of your class.
Okay.
So you're pretty much limited to what's in that book, and that's it.
Okay. If it sucks, I'll switch.
Okay.
Weird.
There are a couple other controllers that I would suggest looking at if you don't like this one. The Invoker, which is the one of Rachel's favorite classes, it's like a religious wizard.
No wizards.
It's not complicated.
It doesn't work like that. You're not
It-
preparing spells or anything
So,
like that.
like, to put this into perspective, we are all on the same level of complication. It's just
Yeah.
powers. Like, it
Everyone
really,
uses powers the same way.
One of the big gripes about 4E was that, like, oh, it nerfed wizards, but, like, it made martial classes kind of really fucking cool because they had all this description and this weird stuff they could do with
Like,
their powers.
for
and
instance, Andrea
it
gets
kind of evened the
a
playing
bunch
ground.
of really cool abilities.
One of my at wills is actually really cool. It's like a shadow blade where I can be 2 spaces away from someone, and still attack them because my like shadow fills in the gap.
So she gets Death Strike, which is she gets to move 2 spaces before the attack. It's a Dex versus AC attack, and it's 1 weapon plus her Dex mod. And she also gets Sneak Attack on top of that.
I need. Oh God, where is it?
And then she has Piercing Strike, which is the same thing, but she doesn't get to move before, but it attacks Reflex instead of AC. So it's usually easier to hit. Wizard's kind of the same way, only you get to pick 2 daily powers and then pick 1 every day. So you would pick like Fireball and Lightning Bolt, and then swapping out spells, you just pick one or the other. Wizard's the only class that does that. Invoker is just, it functions the same way everyone else does. Scion's also really cool. It's Rachel's favorite class in 4E. The Martial controller is... Who is it? I know there is one.
It's it's not even like the first day. It's like
We're figuring it out.
the day before the first day.
Yeah, it's session 0. So session 0 for us is us all getting on the same page about what we want to do and stuff like that.
We'll start talking story soon here.
Yeah.
I think we're all about done, pretty close to it. There's not.
I mean, I can clean it up later, though.
Yeah, you have to pick like 4 powers and some gear, and that's like it.
I'm pretty sure I know my powers. I just really got to pick a feat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need to pick both soon.
Yeah, the end of the last one was pretty epic. We had it was pretty good.
It was pretty fucking
There were
nuts.
tears. There was some crying.
There was no milk.
There was
No
no
milk,
milk.
the only tears.
No milk, only tears.
Can that be the name of this game?
Yeah.
No milk. It'd be unique, but they never heard that. Chainmail. Can I take chainmail?
So
It's expensive.
do I add my ability score
Wanna
to
buy
my
it.
damage too?
Yeah.
So I add con to damage.
It depends
If your power does.
if your power does.
Hey, I don't want to take chainmail. It's heavy.
Like, for example, my one power is like 1 weapon damage plus dex.
For a basic melee attack.
We wouldn't ever really do a basic melee.
For opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, then
You
it's
do-
probably
unless
just
you have
weapon,
a will thing
Then it's
that
probably
lets you
just
do
weapon, I
them
would think.
for reaction.
but I can confirm.
Hold on.
I would think it's just
I
weapon.
have like a lot of things where I can let you make an opportunity attack or things like that, so
They're
it's
all
good to
melee
know.
basic.
Yeah,
It's
they're melee
probably just
basic.
weapon damage then, I would guess. But I don't know.
Opportunity attacks. I'll
Well,
tell you
it's
in a
more or
second.
less just what's the basic
Just
attack.
melee basics what I need to
Yeah.
know.
Do you add strength or do you add...
Hold
Quick
I
question.
hope it's not
Oh.
strength.
me too.
So I'm like,
Cousin,
Yes, cousin.
I think I'm gonna take hide armor instead of chainmail.
Okay.
Chain's heavy. I don't want to be slowed down.
You're consulting me like I know things.
Well, you're the one that's kind of responsible
melee
for
basic
keeping me
attack is
alive.
strength.
It's
one
always
weapon
strength?
plus strength, yes.
Well,
melee
shit.
basic is always strength versus AC. You should have an ability for Battle Mind that you use in place of a melee basic attack. Almost every defender class has one.
So like an AOO for me sucks.
Yes.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't take that
You
ability.
might
then.
have an ability that you use in place of a melee basic. Most classes have one.
I don't see one. But
Oh, maybe I might get rid of that ability that lets me give people melee basics.
All my
if
stuff
we
is-
all don't have
Who's in-
strength.
all my
Melee.
stuff is standard actions.
Me.
They're both.
And if you play Slay the Spire, I play a buck. Well, not a
Well-
lot. I have played it though.
It will be a special under a power. So like some of them, it'll have the trigger effect, blah blah blah. It'll be in the text block, and it'll usually be special for that if you can.
If you can use it as a...
Yeah.
None of mine say that.
I don't see
anyway.
any for Battle Mind either.
Like all my at-wills are just say like shadow weapon, standard action, melee weapon.
I have an opportunity action.
You have a level 7 at will, Joe.
It's level 7?
Ego
Okay.
Crush. When making an opportunity attack, you can use this power in place of a melee basic attack. It'll be a special blurb. If you look
Okay.
at page 48.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what it looks like if you are looking for one.
So that's not until
7, yeah.
then.
You,
so I have a
you
lot.
should have one though.
Does not.
What's your got Battle Mind.
Yeah.
No. I'm also Justin, but you're fine. Get wrecked.
Oh, yours is Mind Spike, Joe.
Can
It's
he?
not. It's not a replacement for that. It's, that's what you do, in retaliation to a marked
You're
target.
fine, Buck.
Yeah.
But
But
if-
your opportunity. That's the thing you're going to be using more than anything else.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but if I gave him an opportunity to
Right.
attack versus someone
Yeah.
else, it would just be a
I just
normal
have a-
Yeah, it would just be a
opportunity
normal.
attack.
Yeah. I knew what Mind Spike did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that one ability then, because we don't have any strength-based fighting, do we?
hit if it was a strength-based AOL.
Nah, my
Okay.
strength is 10.
That is not a good
My strength is 8.
thing for me then.
We not strong
Yeah,
boys.
we not strong boys.
I have to sign up for a D&D account.
I'm a hardy
You got the
motherfucker.
J,
I'm just gonna
right?
take Assassin's and kick escape.
I took Energizing Strike, which gives temp HP, and I'm going to take
I'm not even 2 feet yet.
Demoralizing Strike.
Place for feats on this sheet. Right?
Yes.
Is it on
The
the front?
bottom right, on the front.
Yes, it
That,
is.
that big blank box.
It's a big box.
It's a box.
It's a big old box.
I was a box once.
What happened?
I became a human.
Oh, congratulations.
It's quite the upgrade.
You're a chainsaw
No,
laser eye
Shakira.
falcon making a comeback on this campaign.
And I am a hunter, but I do not have chainsaw.
We're criminals. My character is a whore, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an evil campaign.
whore.
100%
Not like-
evil.
Playing evil.
In the most literal sense. It's gonna be a good time, guys.
That was enough for him.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a working girl. God bless.
That will make me feel better.
Jesus
mean-
Christ. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited. And Joe is my cousin.
Once I get this D&D
doesn't
Insider
have a tongue.
subscription thing fixed.
So like he can't be.
You're gonna learn all
Mouthy.
about me.
And if someone calls me whore, he might just punch him in the face. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh my god, Buck.
4 gigabytes of unnecessary files removed.
Okay, I picked my feet. I still need equipment.
I'm picking equipment now. I don't want to be lugging around heavy chainmail. It doesn't seem like my character. So I'm gonna go with hide.
What equipment do I want, Joe?
Fey Weave armor.
Hell yeah. Equipment, page 210.
I just gotta make sure I can use the equipment that I want. Because I forgot to check that. I didn't write that down because I figured I'm only gonna ever need.
I also wrote down 100 money.
100 money. Well, yeah.
Much money, please.
We get 100 money and then we spend that 100 money.
Accurate.
100 money.
What armor can I wear?
I want an astral diamond.
Cloth,
You're
leather,
a
hide,
lady,
chainmail,
yes.
scale, light.
Yes. I'm also going to worship.
Scale.
Oh, God.
Scale's the highest.
Really?
Yes.
Can I have an astral diamond?
Sure.
Yes.
Is there like proficiencies in this? Or can I just like wear armor and it does stuff to me?
It'll tell you on your class splash. It'll be like proficient in blah blah blah.
Armor
No.
proficiencies: cloth, leather, and light shield. Leather armor.
So for AC, when it says armor / abil, the fuck does that mean?
Why is the price
Ability.
Spash?
What ability do I add to AC?
Dex or
We're in such suspense, Joe.
Sorry. We're at like the same part of doing.
hold on.
My armor.
God, I
armor
haven't
had
played this-
7? Damn. I'm a beef boy.
Are you using scale?
Yeah, motherfucker.
I don't want chainmail. I don't want to be heavy.
You add your Dex or Intelligence, Rachel.
Dex or int.
Yes.
What if they both suck? Fuck.
And you boned.
I'm hella boned.
Oh my god, Rachel. Most of these cards that I'm using are literally from like forever ago.
So it says armor / abil. So I'm gonna do the +3 for my armor and then the 1 for mint. because that's all I got.
I only add one from him too, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah. Like, I could go chainmail, I just don't want to. But I could have a chainmail bikini. It's just going to slow me down.
But if it's a chainmail bikini, there's less of it there, so it's not going to slow you down as much.
Should I do the chainmail?
What are your other options?
Hide or leather, cloth, but they're not as... Yeah, but then the armor bonus is even worse, and I'm just going to get sliced up like Swiss cheese.
Well, then you're going to have to make chainmail fashionable.
I am. Can I make chainmail fashionable, DM?
Buck said chainmail bikini, so
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Hold on.
I could be wearing girl armor.
we're playing an MMO here. It's just be female MMO armor.
You're like you're Dead Knight.
Okay. She is hot.
Yeah.
She is hot.
There's your name.
One-handed, simple
I could be
melee, military
Sylvia.
heavy blades, military light blades, simple ranged.
No, you can't. She's in a crystal.
I could be
She's bad.
Sylvie. I could be Sylvana.
I did it. I built a
Gray
character.
hair.
Right.
With silver hair.
Ooh,
Mike,
under
drop.
initiative. I forgot.
You don't add anything to initiative by.
You're actually correct.
Yeah, me neither, so.
Okay, I finished these. What page are feats on?
Oh my god, I have so much sadness.
For quick access.
That's what she said.
Teacher, check my work.
Hold on, I'm trying to find out where it tells you how much money you get at level 1.
I just took 100, like
The
JP.
thing I read said
Mine
100,
said,
and that
yeah.
was, it's from some website called filling out a D&D 4e character sheet step by step
.com.
.com. And it's just
God.
when
This looks like a screenshot of somebody's laptop screen. Like, this is not even a
they
scan.
took a picture.
Boy, that's bad.
Yes, as a first level character, you start with basic clothing and 100 gold pieces to spend on
100
armor,
money.
weapons, and adventuring gear.
Why don't I have an implement?
You
I
do.
mean,
I don't.
as a working girl, you might.
I'm sad. I didn't.
Wow.
I thought Ardents get an implement, but they don't.
What is there saying?
Sticks.
Let me go back. I must go back.
Because implements are totally a thing.
Well, I don't get them. I get simple melee, military melee, simple ranged.
I can't
Does
even
it-
use
you
a
don't-
rapier, Brad.
No.
Did you pick your... Oh, you already wrote down...
Brad, you never explained a key focus to me.
Some of your abilities are key powers instead of.
What is everybody's speed?
6?
you're going to want separate because you won't.
See, I don't want to take the chainmail because it'll make me slower.
I don't have armor yet, though.
Okay.
So,
What's your speed?
6.
You still have 6 even with...
No, it's not 6. It's 5.
See, that's why like I kind of don't want to take chainmail because it's going to make me a little slower.
Slow is sensual, and that's your thing.
Oh my god.
Win.
All right,
Fucking
there we
Buck.
go.
God damn it. Don't rush your work, Rachel. Oh my god.
You sold it. I can't argue with that. I'm going to do the chainmail.
I will say, if you have higher AC, you'll get hit less, which is doing my job for me.
I know. Yeah, maybe I I walk. Those hips have to swing. We're going to take time.
So Shakira is coming back, apparently.
Shakira coming back. Those hips don't lie.
Shakira.
Shakira.
I could.
Brad, I'm not even allowed to use a rapier, dude.
Wait, do I write my?
Yeah, you have to take a different feat.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
How much money do I have
So-
after chainmail?
Here, I'll
60.
show you what I did.
Oh,
Let's use a longsword. That
So-
seems...
Because for attack workspace and damage workspace, so let's say you're working on an attack. Most of my attacks are with con. Yours are probably going to be with dex. So I would write down ability, weapons that belong to
-1 on my speed.
and I'll up to 7 right now. So that's for con, and then I did one for strength because I used melee. Dex.
Is it just Dex?
Yep, I would do the dex one. It's dex and then the proficiency of the weapon.
Okay.
Does that mean I get the +6 from chainmail and then +1 from int?
And then that will slowly grow as you get items and feats and stuff.
What does weapon proficiency give you?
Allows you to use that weapon
Other
Do I need to take
and get the
another
proficiency bonus with that weapon.
Yeah, because you're gonna have.
That's what it
You're gonna be proficient.
you get the bonus from
Because
it.
you can
yeah.
technically use anything,
You
but
just
you
don't
only
get the
get your
bonus.
proficiency bonus for a weapon if you're proficient with it.
As you do.
You can use a
I haven't
longbow.
used weapons in so long.
A base attack with a ranged weapon is usually a dexterity attack, though. So, like, yeah. That's cool.
How old are you?
Don't know.
Okay. Let me know when you figure that out, because I figure I'd be close. I don't want to
Well-
make you be like 200 and have me be like 1,200.
What do you? How old do you want to be? We can just
I don't know.
pick. I don't know.
How old was Violet?
43.
We'll be a little older than
She
that.
was very
Okay.
young. Ulrich was like in his 500s, I think.
Oh, there.
Want to go like 300s?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Pick a random.
Do you want to be older or do you want me to be older?
You.
Okay. I'll be 357.
Okay, I'll be 324.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Boy, we got some years to fill out between us. We need some inside jokes. We could not have been friends for this long and not have some jokes.
Jokes
So,
on jokes.
Our jokes is our family was terrible.
yeah, that's
Man, our
great.
family sucked, right?
So, are we sticking with what we had?
I think so. I
Okay.
like it.
Yeah. So I
It's
was
a lot darker.
I was your traditional orphan, but he wasn't, and I went to live with my cousin, which was him, and they fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It was like the foster care
parents were-
system on crack.
I'm gonna say my dad probably wasn't around. Like he left.
Yeah.
That like went out to get Eldria cigarettes and never came back.
And your
And
mom
then
was
my
like
mom
a witch,
/ your aunt was awful.
but not arcane.
My
She was
husband
just a
went
witch.
out for cigarettes, and those cigarettes had much
He left
bigger tits.
200 years ago. Because we're MRI.
Yep. And your mom's still waiting for him. Like he'll come back. Yeah.
He's on his way,
She
dear.
wouldn't. She
Yeah.
would find
And then
a way
as
to
soon
do
as we
that.
were old enough, we left. And
I would say, well,
as soon as we were able to,
yeah.
like we found the
Yeah.
means to, we left. And then I was like, all right, if we're going to do this, we need money.
Boom.
So I'm going to
Done.
go join the army and make money. And then I got shipped off, and the Darkest War happened, and I went missing.
And I went after you
Thank
because
you.
I didn't have anything to stay for.
Right.
So. And I ended up a whore, which that's a whole long story.
You Huer.
Whoer.
Huer.
Or leather.
The store was out of town. Yeah, he went to the mainland for cigarettes and never came back.
And then I went off to join the army, and I got captured, and I got tortured
Yeah.
a lot. They cut out my tongue. They scarred my face. Probably cut off
Gotta
at
buy
least
that.
one of my fingers.
I
didn't
worked in
decide
some
which one.
non-reputable establishments before I ended up in the Blue Moon House, which is a reputable establishment.
I'm just an asshole.
Cool, you'll fit right in. Yeah, I imagine we represent the bottom 1% of Solarian life. So, you know.
No Z in our name.
Nope.
Joe is playing a mute.
Mute.
Yes, he is.
But I am also playing an Amurai who have the ability to communicate telepathically. Therefore, I will still be able to communicate with the party members, and I'm not going to sit here quietly the entire time. I made sure to pick an Amurai for this character to get around the I can't talk or communicate with anyone because that's no fun.
For anyone.
But the important thing is I need to outwardly be able to express my opinions and ideas on things to everyone else. The fact that I can't just verbally communicate with people is just a fun little character quirk.
Hey Joe, how much gold you got left?
35.
Do you want to buy a rowboat?
Nope.
Hey, I have a question, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
If my attacks
I knew it was
do...
either do you want to buy something really
Charisma
dumb
versus
or
AC.
do you want to lend me that money so I can
Yeah.
afford something
What?
expensive?
If my attacks are Charisma versus AC,
Yes.
and I am using a military melee weapon, when I do my d20, am I, Am I adding charisma?
Not
I'm
quite, Buck.
confused.
Hold on.
Samurai. You did it. You were close. Samurai, but without the close. I like my take better. I have leather armor, a long sword, thieves' tools, and a standard adventurer's kit.
I too.
I love
fight with
your-
long swords.
I'm not
You
gonna
can trade
say.
long swords.
Longsword?
No, the abbreviation for Standard Adventurer's Kit.
What is it?
It's SAC.
She loves
Oh.
your sack.
That's what I was about to say, and
Give
then
me
I
the
was like,
sack.
wait a minute, that is so weird. SAK.
How much was your sack, JP? How much?
Yeah, how
did
much
you
is a
pay for your
sack?
sack? Because I actually don't have a sack currently, and I might pick one up.
I know where to get one.
If I have enough money for a sack, I
You
will
do
purchase
have
a
enough
sack.
money for a sack.
How much was your sack?
I'll front you a sack, man.
15
How much
gold
stuff
for
do you
one
have in your
sack.
sack?
Gold. Okay. I'm going to reduce
Your
my money by
Just
15.
to give you an idea of what comes with that sack, comes with a backpack, a bedroll, flint steel, belt pouch, 2 sun rods, 10 days worth of trail rations, 50 feet of hempen rope, and a water skin.
I'm just writing sack.
How big is your sack, JP?
Could I take a halberd? I swear to God.
Yeah.
Or a fucking greatsword.
I think.
What do you mean?
We all have like long swords and shields, and you're like, I'm the healer.
I'm serious. I can take military melee.
Wait, Brad. How does two
Same.
weapon
I think
fighting
that
work?
I think great
Two-weapon fighting
bastard
thing, or
sword
do I need, like,
is
beats,
the
or-
superior.
For what?
That's the superior.
Can I
Yeah.
just two weapon
What do you
fighting, or how
have?
does that work?
I can't go superior. I have
Like, do
mark-
I need to buy a short
military.
sword?
I have
What?
a long sword.
Oh,
Long sword and
okay.
shield.
You don't want a two-handed? Oh, you have a shield. Okay. Oh, can I
Defendery
be
boy.
the healer with a greatsword?
Yes, please.
Yo, I'll be an
That's
assassin.
the only reason I ever wanted to do
Rachel, I'll be an
Paladin.
assassin with a great sword.
Oh my God.
I'm coming to get you.
Huh, I can't see anything. You're just holding the sword in front of their face.
What about a great axe?
It's so real dark in here.
What does a great axe look like? I need to go off a.
Talk
An
to the lady of
axe
lust.
that
She's
is
just
great.
holding the great sword.
Wait, what? What
He's-
did it?
Buck says, I'm going to be honest with you, Rachel. I would 100% at least talk to the lady of lust if she just holding the great sword. Great sword and chainmail bikini.
I'm living out my best life.
Your
So-
best MMO life.
I am.
Dude, did I write down.
There we go.
longsword?
Check it out, JP.
Brad,
Found it.
do I need to keep track of ammo?
You get second.
No.
Thank you.
I'll do a great
Unless
axe,
it's
Rachel.
special.
Unless it's special.
I was thinking one or the other.
What does high crit mean? Does it just increase the crit range one?
If you go back to the page before,
Oh, is it
it'll
before?
Jesus
explain the properties.
Christ.
High crits.
I'll let myself out.
Don't leave.
It's extra damage. Oh, an extra weapon. So max weapon damage and an extra weapon.
Yeah, so it looks like unless I have a ability that lets me attack with my offhand weapon,
I had posted something in chat for all of you. Please make sure it works.
No.
Okay.
What do I want my stabby weapon to be?
When you have a minute, I have a question.
Mhm.
How do I attack?
What do you? What?
don't.
Okay, so like my demoralizing strike, right?
Yeah.
Its attack is charisma versus AC,
Yeah.
and the hit is 1 weapon plus charisma mod damage.
Yeah.
So when I'm attacking, it's a d20.
Yeah. Plus your charisma mod.
Oh, so it's charisma, it's not strength?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm about to take a fucking great something. What are you taking, JP?
I might go with the great axe or whatever.
JP, your things are superior.
It's military. Military, I can't do superior. That's the one thing.
Some of your abilities are limited to yeah, stuff.
Yeah, let me look at what I have coming up so I don't like screw myself by taking a weird weapon.
It just says weapon so far. They all just say.
Does it work, Joe?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Because if it does, you'll have access to the D&D Compendium, and yes.
I think I was able to log in.
Scimitar.
Brad. I hadn't looked at
That's
it.
the curvy one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in it.
Kukris are
Yeah, I
curvy
logged
too.
in.
Yeah, I logged in, Brad.
All right, cool. So if you click D&D Compendium,
Uh huh. You showed me it before. A long time
You
ago.
can Google or search for like Joe can search battle mind, and then should display feats, and it'll give you every single feat in the game that has battle mind in the text anywhere. Makes life a little easier.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
It's every single book they ever
They put
printed,
ev-
including Dragon Magazine.
They put everything, all their items and everything, like into
Yeah.
like a database, and then built like an engine for. I don't
That's
know.
sick.
I love it. I love it so much.
It looks really nice.
I haven't found anything yet. For us.
It's costing me $10.73 a month. It's not free anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
$2 a month.
$10 a month.
Oh wow,
That's more expensive than it
That's
was
a
like
degree.
in the first place.
Yeah,
that's insane.
it's $9.95 a month plus tax.
Wow.
I
Well, you're only
assume
gonna need
you
it for
don't
a
get
couple
that
months.
with the other D&D thing.
Nope.
Why wouldn't Next just include that?
Don't know. D&D Insider and D&D Next are two separate things.
That's
D&D Beyond.
Beyond, my bad. Beyond.
I need to get in that.
It's a different company. Than
Yeah, I
the
know that Beyond did. It is like they picked up a. Brad, I have not found anything, and I'm up to 7 of my encounters. Level 7, I mean.
What?
They all just say weapon. They don't say like.
Okay, then it's
For
Rogue
it
that
might matter.
for her she has to. Some of
Use
her
like a
abilities
dagger.
are a light bladed weapon only.
Ooh, maybe I could take a long spear though, because like that gives me reach, right? And then I won't have to be up in melee.
I was actually thinking about being real weird, Rachel,
Mm-hmm.
and going with like a halberd or whatever,
Yeah.
just like Grim Reaper this shit.
You should. You should do that.
That'd be kind of dope.
You need to change your name.
Do it.
Would it be? Well, wait. Would it be a glaive or?
Yeah, you're gonna need to change your name. I'm gonna need your name to be Grim.
That could be actually pretty cool. I would do that.
I could
You
take
have
a
everything
falchion.
actually like written down, just not what they do. Right?
Yeah.
Wait, what's a scythe?
Yeah, that's really all
classified
I need.
as.
Like I added it into my ability.
Simple melee, I believe.
There's
Yeah.
sickle, but I don't.
Oh, no,
scythe
it's a two-handed
is
simple.
Yeah.
Two-handed simple for scythe. Well, that's lame. Because I can use a halberd.
Hey, my puppers.
What up,
Mud
puppy? Prices don't less. Yeah.
Do you want me to give it to Brad so he can look yours and
Yeah.
mine over?
Double check my work, Brad.
Okay.
Teacher.
Okay.
Can you give me a gold sticker?
God, this is all coming back to me now that I'm like going through all this stuff.
I think I'm gonna do a great
Wait,
axe.
Who am I holding?
I
Oh,
kind of want to also
It
do
should
a great
say.
I thought I was
I wanna
holding
do
the
the great
rogue,
axe or
and I was
great
like, why did I
Same.
get a +2 to will?
axe. What's the main
Doesn't make any
difference?
damn sense.
Oh, it's the either proficiency, or
Proficiency.
damage. Yeah.
Do you get a?
Though that fucking insight though.
Oh, I have to
Joe.
do greatsword, so I'm doing greatsword.
You have to.
Because I just
Mine
remembered
is
my thing
You
says
seen it?
military
Mine's
heavy
9.
swords, not axes.
Insight and heavy
Oh.
blade for me.
I can do
Oh,
heavy,
heavy
blades.
blade.
I
Okay.
can't do axes.
I'll go great axe then.
Yeah, then we kind of get both.
I think it might be 9 for me, actually.
I know farming implement for scythe, but like I want like a more.
Do you
I want a halberd.
It looks good, Joe.
Thank
It
you.
like
Wait, why do you have 2 encounter powers?
Huh?
Oh, one of them is Amarai.
Yeah.
Bastion, I thought. Forgot about that.
Cool.
All right, let's see. Andrew uses a gross. I don't like it.
Rude.
The damn stink.
Great
So you took +2 to your dex, +2 to your charisma from halfling.
Yeah.
So you have 2 18s.
Nice.
That is actually really good.
Yeah, she took 2 16s, a 12, and a whole bunch of 10s.
Sounds like Andrea.
So I'm like mildly average and then like really good at certain things.
Andrea hates having negatives on any system.
it.
She never
Hate
does
it.
negatives.
Andrea,
What?
you filled out your skills wrong.
What do I need to change? I'm afraid
You did the math in the ability mod plus half level box.
Yeah.
That needs to be in the last box on bonus to the left.
You put your ability mod plus half level.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the bonus.
Thanks for
Hey,
calling.
thank you, English bug.
We're breaking
What-
stuff.
Did you drop
To
your
drop?
phone?
Oh, okay. Just a phone again.
Just the phone.
What sword do you have? Short sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, what have I
Um,
been doing?
You need to do.
No, it's okay.
You need to do the math for your basic attacks.
Should I do a maul, Rachel?
Yes.
But everything else looks
Call
good.
myself Darth.
Yay! And I'll write things out more. I just wrote down the.
Fill out your
Yeah.
powers.
Okay.
So I would add proficiency and then what else to attack?
When you guys are done, tell me what powers you have, and I can print out your
I believe,
things.
Rachel, unless Brad can correct me if I'm wrong here, but there's an attack workspace, so it'd be half your level
I had
plus
those.
your ability plus your class. If there's a bonus,
You do.
proficiency bonus, feat bonus, enhancement bonus, miscellaneous bonus.
But the ability one is going to be charisma for me most of the time, right?
It's always going to be charisma
Unless
for you.
it's a melee basic.
Yes, in which case you shouldn't be making it anyway.
I shouldn't be doing it.
And then Brad, when I have, so like my attack is like Dex versus AC. Do I get the weapon proficiency for that attack?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm attacking with greatsword, so I get Dex plus proficiency plus if I had anything
Roll.
else.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why. Okay, that makes sense, Rachel, because the attack workspace has like an ability thing at the top, so you could put like strength and Dex, have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or strength and whatever else you have, and that way if for some reason I do attempt a strength-based attack on something, I know the number.
All right. So what do I got?
I think I'm done. I had to finish filling out my physical sheet, but
Once I make all your PDF things.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
my
just,
God, Rachel! Fucking monster book template. I'm in InDesign.
I made a Ardent page in the Spotlights OneNote. I'm going to move it whenever we have a OneNote to put our stuff in, because this is where I have all my... Like, look over here.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
That's what I expect from you.
Yeah.
I don't expect it from anyone else.
They
all suck.
What?
Wait, what
That's-
are we doing?
are you
Wow, I'm
saying?
not playing.
That's rude.
I'm gonna go leave now.
None of us.
Oh,
Are
there's a
playing.
basic attack space. God damn it.
Actually, you're funny.
I didn't see that.
You just clicked.
oh,
I opened the 4E races PDF from you, and the first comment is, "I didn't write this, heart."
My name was on it. I didn't write it.
Why'd you say you didn't write it?
Because I didn't.
And do you add anything to damage?
Yes, it
19.
depends on the power.
Depends on the power. Okay, so you usually
But not to a basic.
looks like it's
Yes.
usually looks like it's usually con mod or charisma mod for me.
All right, got those. Then I need the rest of your stuff, Joe. So who are we? For those of you who are done your character sheet.
You want me to go through like character-wise, my backstory?
Yeah, let's talk about who we are as a thing.
Sure. Well, I'll go first.
I don't like it.
I was talking about myself. I hadn't gotten my character yet.
Oh, I love it.
Hold on.
I am playing an Amorai. His name is Elrio. He grew up in Silurai and some of the more poor, destitute areas of Silurai. He lived with his mom. His dad left and never came back. And eventually his cousin, who came to move in because her parents passed away.
Yep.
Rachel is playing my cousin, FYI. As soon as we were able to, we left my home because my mom was
A bee?
she was terrible.
A
She
bee.
was not nice to us.
She was a bee.
It was not a good home life. So we left. And around that time, I was like, you know what? If we're gonna like be out, we need a way to get money. And I guess fighting is good enough to do that. So I went and I joined the army. Bad timing because Darkest War broke out. Well, Second Empire War broke out, and then the Darkest War soon after. So I was caught up in that. And during that time, I got separated from my unit and ended up being captured by a small group of Kiendranas fanatics.
Joe, where did you
Yes?
pull these disciplines from?
Which
Your-
ones?
You're at willpowers.
One of them is from Player's Handbook 3. The other one's from Psionic Power. The Cobra Strike one is from Psionic Power.
Oh, and the other one's whirling defense.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Never mind, keep going.
The Keandrenas worshippers, they captured me along with a whole bunch of other people, and as Keandrenas worshippers do, they tortured us. They felt like they could get information or something of value from us, so they tortured us. We were underground, hidden, because the Darkest War was raging up top, and during that time, my character was tortured, scarred, mutilated. Nowadays, he has no tongue. That was cut out because they joked that, oh, you're not talking. Guess you don't need this. They cut off, I'm going to go with probably left pinky finger. That's gone. Big old scar on my face, all across my chest and back and whatnot. It's all messed up. Eventually, though, a window of opportunity presented itself, and I managed to escape from these torturers. I ended up on the streets, pretty broken. I didn't remember who I was completely, and kind of resorted to becoming a beggar, because that's all my mental state would really allow at that time, until eventually I was found once again by my cousin, who came looking for me. She found me, nursed me back to health, got me back on my feet again, and since then I've been pretty much following her, taking the odd job here and there for kind of mercenary protective work, since I am still a soldier slash fighter in stature and ability. And yeah, my main thing is I want to make the people who tortured me pay, in blood, ideally.
All right, I have a name for this campaign.
Yeah?
Window of Opportunity.
Actually,
We're going to fight some windows.
fuck Windows. I actually do like that.
I go through them to get some opportunities.
Character quirks, I obviously can't talk very well without a tongue, but I'm an Amorai, so I mentally ping people and talk to them that way. Not a fan of any Keandrenas iconography or worship or anything. That's one of my triggers. The other one is if people talk poorly about my cousin. My character, his name's Elrio, by the way. He feels really guilty that she had to resort to doing the kind of work that she did after he left.
What kind of work did she do?
I'll let her talk about that.
You were.
So yeah, there's a couple things like that. It'll set him off, and he's got a short temper when it comes to those. Other than that, he's relatively stoic. He's not super trusting, but generally he'll follow his cousin's lead. If she's like, they're on the up and
What?
up, they're good, he'll be like, okay.
What? Sorry.
Yeah, that's Elrio.
Okay. Rachel, let me hear
I'm
about.
not ready yet.
Okay, not a hooer.
We'll get to the hooer later.
Do it.
JP is the MX 920, the printer downstairs.
Maybe.
Cannon, whatever.
It's a cannon.
Cannon.
It doesn't actually tell me what it is. It just gives me a model number and then a serial ID.
I think that's right.
Yeah, MX 920 sounds like a cannon.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I mean, stuff comes up when I search for Canon MX9.
I think that's what I had to search for when I bought ink, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I mean, worst case scenario, it prints like next door or something. That'd be fun. Yeah.
All right, there's now a page down there with all of Joe's abilities on it.
Maybe.
Abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, from.
I just make a Word document of all of his powers and print it out. And then
I'm
he
gonna
only
do
has-
something for mine, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna do something fancy.
because instead of having to like flip through 100 books to keep track of it, you can just snipping tool them all out of the PDFs. Rachel has it on a OneNote.
I might get fancy. I'll probably do a OneNote or something like that.
I'm gonna make cards.
That's what I
Eventually.
usually do. I write it down on paper. Not write it, but type it. All in one.
You can have this back, Joe.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go get your powers.
Is anyone else done?
Sort of. Mostly.
I think I'm done. Mostly. I just don't know how to write my weapons, my basic attacks.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that out.
Registerly it was wrong.
Let me see.
This says I have a bonus at will. Does that mean that I get... My hunter guy has all these aspect thingies listed out. Does that mean I get another one of those? Because they're at wills. And color and everything.
Wow.
Can you read it all?
Yeah. That's dope. You didn't do the damage part.
What do you mean?
I was talking to Andrew.
Oh,
So,
oh,
like,
oh.
Yeah, sword, crossbow.
Those look great. You just don't have damage. You also don't have melee basic. Her melee basics, can she do with dex?
Nope.
They're still strength?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's rough.
So your melee basic.
Hi,
is going to
guys.
be-
What's up?
So, couple of things. Let's talk for a few seconds. Waiting for Rachel to get back. There's an empty chair with a blanket in it. I mean, go buy more night shops,
Is that
Buck.
what? Is that a? Yeah.
Who air?
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Brothel, thank you.
Yeah, that's the word.
It has Mud Puppy, I'm sorry.
Brad doesn't have a very good sense of time,
No,
but that's okay.
no. I really don't.
Hey, we'll meet you up at 1 p.m. today.
I actually said that. I was getting in the shower that I knew it was going to take me minimum a half an hour. Literally, there's no way for me to be on time unless we time traveled.
That scales off your strength.
Yeah, who air?
0, so it's +3 and +2.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was the only thing you were missing.
I'll
And
pass
then
this to
if
Brady.
you wanted to fill out the damage,
Wow,
you can, but that's going to also vary. It's going to vary per power.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Um,
finished
if
filling
you have
things out.
the-
Probably not.
I didn't even fill this
Click
out.
the powers where they go.
Back here.
Like how JP didn't bother doing the math.
I
Slide
probably, yeah, I realized as I handed it
So-
over that a couple places are probably missing that.
I don't. I need to do my attacks. But I'm stupid.
You want to do it?
Is your dex 20 or 19?
19.
Okay.
Yeah, I can erase that and make it more clear. It was 20, and then I changed the.
Who
The bonus.
Yeah.
Who air?
Hoer?
It's
Oh,
2019, Brad. I just have massive ability model.
No, JP, it's 2018.
Oh, wow.
Give them all.
Next year is 2019.
Unlucky. I'm just gonna be marking bitches and they're gonna be dying.
Dude, you literally picked the exact same powers that I did when I played Arius. The exact same ones.
Oh, this is gonna be fun then.
Dude, Gloom Thief is so good.
It looks nuts.
Wait until you get the ones that when you get I think at level 8, you if you put a assassin shroud on someone,
Mhm.
it stays there indefinitely until you put it on somebody else.
Oh yeah.
And you always know their exact location at all
You just
times.
go around marking like
Yeah.
people.
Well, you can only have one.
Yeah, active.
Active
You can
at a
still,
time.
Like, if you have like
If you have a target that you need to follow, you mark
just see it
them
once
because they
in
never
public.
know it's there.
yeah.
It's so good. Barry hated me. It's so great.
Yeah, I had that when we did
So,
one shot.
4th edition is actually one of the easiest rule systems to DM for. Super easy.
Well, it seems like a lot of the math is squished.
Yeah.
Like, HP is pretty static. Stuff like that's pretty static. Your modifiers are basically just.
Well, because
ability
one of
source.
the things that I really liked is that they separated the monsters out into roles.
Mhm.
So, like, you have solos, brutes, controllers, and then you have minions, which are my favorite. They always have 1 health, and if they hit you, they deal static damage. You don't roll. So, like,
That's pretty cool.
if you have a solo battle with like a dragon, it's a dragon and a whole bunch of kobold minions, and the minions just keep coming in to like eat up action economy. It's pretty sweet. Oh, Andrea, I need your powers list.
Oh, I was gonna make them up with my feeds, like write them together. Were you gonna print them out?
Yeah,
I was gonna write them up together,
but why do you have to write them?
like type them up together.
But they're color coded.
That's true.
This will be more useful for you.
It will be.
Well, because the cool part about that is like Joe could write in whenever it says like charisma or con versus AC, he can put what his bonus is and what his damage is.
Just keep it at the top, basically.
Hello.
I'll probably end up
Okay,
doing-
so my goal for this session is to get you guys to pick a. All right, first of all, we need a city. You guys want to do around the Angeles Sea.
It's probably where I'm going
That
to
was my
have been
request.
the majority of my.
Starcalledstudios.com.
I'm thinking about going a lot younger than 8, like
/map.
being a fresh noir.
Oh, so you got dead, and then you're not dead anymore.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So we want to do Angeles Sea. Do we want to do Osept, Viver, Vinoc, or Mithrain?
I mean, he's very.
Either Vinoc or Osept.
Irgus is over there too.
Oh yeah, and Irgus. Sorry.
I'm a big fan of Irgis
Irgus is
Oh.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
or Osept. Either of those.
Yeah.
I'd say Southern Angeles.
Okay.
Because Venoc, I don't think my stuff would fly as easily in Venoc as it would
Vinoc, yeah, it's got a little bit of
Irgis or Osept. There's
The-
more crackdown on people getting tortured.
the environment in Vinoc is not a.
Do we want to do a? So Valiance, Eliept, or Sinister?
Oh, we gonna go capital city?
Well, they're the only ones that are on the coast. Or we can do a city that's on the coast, it's just not there.
All right. So my thing with this,
I don't
game-
mind doing not on the coast either.
I was just kind of thinking. Well, I think coast would make sense, coastal. But like when I think of like Gloam was cool because like we could have. I kind of want to do the Gloam campaign, but not quite the Gloam campaign. I want to be able to have a city that isn't too important or too well defended. Like somewhere we can
Did you put down the
establish like a criminal organization.
I'm just gonna grab her thing.
Oh, second.
I mean, I guess we could
Yeah,
establish
there's
a
a half
criminal
one.
organization in a main city, but like it's a little weirder because there's probably already established shit. It'd be cool if it was like a town that's just coming back to life post Darkest War.
Okay. So do we want to do Osept or Irgus? Raise the hands for Osept.
I don't care either way.
No, bitch, vote.
I'm gonna go Osept then. just if I got
Osept,
Yeah.
Osept, Irgus.
I don't care either way though.
Yeah, it's kind of.
So, I feel like
All right,
Joe.
roll a d20, Joe.
If Joe like has big story
Yeah,
ties,
Joe, if you honestly want to go to Irgus,
then
It
we'll go
works
to
for
Irgus.
either.
yeah,
Because the
it does.
Kiendranas holy site is not in either of them. It's
All right.
between them.
I was
We're gonna
thinking-
do.
I could have been traded through the Black Hand. It's
Yeah.
Black Hand, right?
Yeah.
They have big Osept and Irgus ties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, we'll do. How about we do?
I'd be super happy if in either of those if it was closer to
the
like
middle.
the desert.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because that's where the Kiendranas holy site is. There's a lot of smuggling there too, for slave trade and whatnot. So
All right.
near than the Shendesorn. I only know that name because of Eye of Kings.
Well, I like. How about we do Ironmark?
I have
The
no idea where that is. Off
The
top of
fort
my head.
city in southern Irgus. It's like right next to the
That's
desert,
Irgus
the
side,
mountains,
okay.
and the river.
Okay.
We could have ended up there. Yeah.
Okay, the fort city of Ironmark.
Okay, that's right.
And that's like at the base of the mountain too. That would
Yeah.
that would be that's a pretty cool.
Then we could do like we could do like smugglers' dens in the mountains, shipping
'Cause
still.
there is that's
desert
a main
winds.
river that goes down
Yeah.
to.
It would be a port city, especially like things
Yeah, it
coming
would.
in there. Yeah.
It would be a long trek to get back to the Angeles Sea, though. Or does it actually?
Yeah.
I don't
no,
think any of these rivers connect.
they don't. They split.
But you could go down, and then there could potentially be like a route to Washu. If you
I
went
just like
down and
the
around the
region.
Bloodscourge
Okay.
Trail.
Right on the sea.
We'll do the fort city of
That's super.
Ironmark in southern Irgus.
Cool.
Okay, so I would
trade
like
with
you
Ronkagesh.
guys.
Yeah, backdoor into Ronkagash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like you guys to do.
There could be a mountain path to the mountain.
So you all know each other ahead of time.
I want to be young. Like
So you've died recently.
died recently. Like
Roll a d6.
that's what I'm
Let's
saying.
find
like,
out how old you are.
I'm legit fine with. I want to do months almost with this. Hold on, let me do like a D20. We'll do months.
No, that's too
If
short.
it's too low,
Do a
I'll
D4.
reroll.
We'll do years.
Okay. 3.
Okay, you're 3 years old. So you died 3 years ago. You don't know how or what, but you ended up in the city of Ironmark. Okay, so I would like to do sort of a underground criminal organization that you all work for now. Or you are a ragtag group of criminals that all work together now.
Yeah, because
Or you can be a ragtag group of outlaws that all work together now. But I would like to keep with the evil/neutral alignments. No good people in the party, please. If you are good, please, the door is right here.
I like
Reroll your character.
I really like the idea of starting in a criminal organization and trying to like establish ourselves as
Okay, so you 5 are
some.
aspiring criminals who would
Right.
like to start your own organization. You don't currently work for one.
We probably have like a cheap little name for ourselves or something, but
That works for me.
I like that. I like that. It means that I don't have to give you guys boss jobs. You just pick jobs. Okay. 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 Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Also,
So-
don't want to have to adhere to some weird hierarchy
Yeah,
set of
fuck
rules
that.
like the Dragon
Yeah.
Syndicate or something. It just makes it easier on us.
Okay.
well,
Okay.
that was why I like the idea of like a town that there might be an established organization here, but like somewhere we can like start and build.
Joe, roll a d6.
5.
There are 5 other criminal organizations here.
I'm fine with competition. I just mean like
Yeah.
it's not like us versus like
The Dragon Syndicate.
The Dragon
Yeah.
Syndicate, and I'm like, oh,
We lose.
yeah, like I don't.
These are all. One of them is regional. The rest of them are local.
Okay, so really,
Do
only
I?
one
How?
major consider.
Wait, how noted does this need to be?
We should probably note this. Yeah.
Let me make the.
I'm just gonna drop it as far as you can tell. I'm just gonna make a new thing at the top.
I could just make a new.
Would
Oh no, we can just.
There's a ton, and as far as you can tell, I would make a new notebook, honestly.
What are we gonna
that
call
would be
this?
like
Oh, we're calling it Windows of Opportunity or
Win-
Window of Opportunity. I actually like that name.
Woo! Woo girls.
Woo! We call ourselves Woo, or just Whoa, because the of can be in or out. Yeah, doesn't mean-
Can we get a logo where it's a window pane and it's like a D20 that's
Smashing
breaking the
through
glass?
it. I like that. We'll do that.
Oh my god, that's actually really cool. I like that. Hit up Fiverr. Let's go.
All right, create notebook.
Actually, can you like get up?
Invite
and
people.
pick your
A
shit up?
Parsons.
No,
I'll
it's
fix it later.
Ashes Socks at Outlook.
I'll fix it later. Don't worry about it. It's just fucking- I will survive. You're the window. man.
Joe, what's yours?
The Joho@gmail.
Andrea.
A Clark 900. Gee.
And now Buck is gonna be emailing all of you.
That's fine.
JP.
Email me.
Send it to you in Discord.
I don't ever check that email.
I think
And
that's
then one
the one.
note. That's it.
Here, add both of these actually, just to be safe.
No, you get one or the
That's
other.
actually that's the one. I know it is.
Everyone gets one.
Rachel's at EVJR. Love that, Ray.
It's a dice thing.
Gmail. Yeah. I don't know why I'm asking.
I don't know why you're asking me.
Window of opportunity.
I didn't Walgreens.
John, you're all added.
What's that called?
Window 4E window of opportunity.
Yay.
Brown.
Brown.
Okay. So we'll do 5 other organizations. The Vata Sentinels do exist, for the record.
You might have to like. Why are you using the default mail app? What are you doing to me?
At the Sentinels. Gross.
Your best bet's honestly probably.
Joe, roll a D10.
When it goes out.
3.
3. So very low Vata Sentinels here, apparently.
That's how
Good.
I was hoping. Hell yeah.
That's why there's 5 criminal organizations. Causality.
Let's see. Irgus.
Like I'm literally thinking like basically Gloam, but not quite as like established, or like it was established with like the.
Not as much fucking ridiculous shit,
Yeah.
please.
I mean,
Probably not, a certain shard.
not as much stupid, ridiculous shit. We're still gonna do
No, we're
ridiculous
at-
shit. It'll just
we
be
are at-
cool, ridiculous shit.
Iron Mark.
Rachel, the pleasure houses of the Blue Moon House are fairly common in areas, so you'll have no trouble finding work.
I already work at one.
I know. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
Like,
Here,
Yay.
Sentinels.
You hooer.
Okay, Ironmark, Irrigus, 5 other criminal organizations, Blue Moon's here, 3 Sentinel level. What else?
hold on.
Does 4E have a stronghold build or city building?
No.
I forget what that was called for.
No.
Because we could have went through that. That
Okay.
was fun.
Joe, roll a d20.
3,
Roll another d20.
That was the same D20.
2,
Roll another d20.
Wow.
There
14.
we go.
Ready?
She's got her typing fingers ready.
76,321. That's the population of the city. Beth's Sentinel score of 3. Economy score of, roll d10.
Who has names?
Everyone.
What is everybody's names?
10.
Trust.
7.
Shay.
Wow, that's a pretty good economy score.
Camila.
Elria.
It should be Dusty with an eye. It's a pink color.
Yeah, but that sounds dirty.
Duh.
You are dirty.
I can't be a whore with a name like
You could be
Dusty.
Dusty.
Okay.
Rose.
I'm just saying.
Rose.
That's too basic.
Primrose.
So Ironmark's like 100 miles.
Katniss.
No.
Ironmark's like 100 miles upriver
Yeah.
from the southern sea, what is it? The Vathrin Sea?
Yeah.
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 That's a pretty good economy score.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some sick rich mines up in the mountain.
Well, the thing is, it's also the only main road between Osept and Irius.
You're fucking right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes it yeah. It's pretty lit. And that's right before the capital.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's things on the way, but there's not. That's the first named city between you and Campton Road.
Your name, City.
Oh. Correct.
Why you gotta be so
I think that this campaign's going to be a soundtrack. Confirmed.
And Ironmark is not in the book at all. It is mentioned once. So, we'll
Next
just
campaign.
we just make this a spotlight, baby.
Buck, you always should.
Order us more food, yes.
Yeah, can you order us food?
Yeah, you can. Can you order us food? That'd be great.
That's good. That's good.
What did you just say, Rachel?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Renashala.
M Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Those are both cute.
You already had a
Andrea,
pizza.
what's the damage on your?
We had pizza
sword?
today too, Buck.
D6.
D6.
No, it's not. You're small.
Generate.
Oh shit. What does that mean?
Nothing. Nothing. It doesn't actually do anything.
He's lying.
You're just being brass.
I'm just fucking with you,
Some,
girl.
yeah, some of them are horrible.
They got rid of that in 4E.
Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is
They
this?
kept it going.
That should be it right there.
Alright,
No.
So we're gonna do browse, Vathis, campaigns. New folder, window of opportunity.
It's a pretty good one.
Go with Bill.
Character I based it off
What's
of.
your
Or
character's
Jeff.
name?
Is it?
Elrio. ELRIO.
From that other book series.
I don't know what's on my name.
Mm-hmm.
Just go for it.
But no SNL. I'll just
Done.
It's spelled slightly different.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm Elrio. What up?
I don't believe you.
Can I spell you L?
How do you pronounce that, Ashley?
You just be like, well, why are you shortening my name
Why gotta be a dick?
It's in your head even. Like, how it's not even that hard.
All right, and then I need to go to rogue. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What else are we gonna do? What is the name of your criminal organization? What do you guys call yourselves?
Do we already want to be a criminal organization, or do we want to come up with a formation of it?
The Baseball Furies, the Riffs, the Orphans. Sorry.
Tunnel Snakes.
Warriors.
Tunnel Snakes rule.
So
Tunnel Snakes rule.
we're so secretive. We don't have any.
Yeah.
Gloom.
The Swifty.
Sack.
I hate all of you.
Seekers against keepers.
Bat the Sentinels suck.
Why don't you guys name us, chat?
Chat. Buck. We need a
God.
name.
But it needs to be actually like,
It needs to be a name. It can
Yeah.
be
Fly,
like
Flourish,
Shakira
and Death
or-
Strike.
it can't be like the Fat Booties.
I mean, it could be.
A name for a gang.
Just small booty.
That's got to be a fantasy name generator.
Oh, it definitely is.
We need a name for our criminal organization.
Name our gang.
Yeah,
We're a gang.
our fantasy gang.
The
A
Ron
name
Swansons.
for a gang. Ron Swanson.
Give me 2 minutes.
Give me 2 minutes.
It needs to be actually usable.
Make it like a badass one.
No pop culture references.
So not Crips or Bloods.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the fat booty?
Dazing Strike.
So many things.
You spelled fat wrong, Mark.
The PA.
Yeah.
The Changs. The PF Changs.
Oh my
God,
Dude, I'm
wow.
hungry. Am I really hungry? I don't think I am.
I'm
I'm
fucking
hungry.
starving.
I think I'm fake hungry.
I think I'm getting there.
Nope, I'm just hungry.
Fat booty.
I-
Would my puppy.
I vote for the fat booty.
I'm on an adventure to hunger.
Okay, so how do you all know each other? How did the rest of you meet?
I would have probably met up with
Andrea, what's your
someone-
feet? What feet do you have?
Backstabber.
Seems fitting.
I don't think it does. It's really
I
shitty.
dealt in a bunch of less than savory things, so probably anything I would have done, like I could have either traded with someone or just like cross paths with someone.
Less than savory, so unseasoned chicken,
Yes.
ice cream.
All right, guys. Buck's got it. XXX Dark Dragon Slayers 420 69 Blazing Overlords of Darkness,
your-
wolf-blooded, big-sworded,
What's your character's
godly
name?
guys of glory. Gang.
CAMELLIA.
You got it, Buck.
Yeah.
Can we fit that on like a
Shirt.
shirt on one line? So it's real skinny. It's just like a line. We get matching tattoos.
Are you going to check my lord?
Hold on, lady.
Overlords of Darkness. Because we're so edgy.
Thundercats is cool. You're not wrong.
All right. I'll go to fantasy name generators. The Opportunists.
Do you want me to flip through some while you're looking at...
The Bronze Honey
Andrea
Badger
stuff?
Clan. The
Gang
Samurai
names.
Pizza Cats.
Oh.
The Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, dude. The Lion Crew, the Dwarf Soldiers, Flame Sabers, Bronze Pistols, Black Angels, Men of Limbo,
Men of Limbo.
the Voiceless Ones,
Hey, there's you.
You're the voiceless one.
the Whisperers, Crimson Fangs, Ebony Wolverine,
The Brown Troll Association.
the Onyx Rat Clan,
Guys, can we just be anonymous?
the Bull
Men of
Syndicate.
Bimbos.
The Soul Stealers. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's on my list here. Yeah.
The Electric Alligator Company.
Women of the Night.
That's our, like, front. We're an electric company. We're
Right.
What's electricity?
not... Right?
That's
We can be the
we
deer
don't get
tribe.
any clients because no one knows what
What
we
it is.
sell.
The
Or the
ebony
banner
monkeys.
posse.
The damnation.
The brown takers.
How about no?
Taking poop.
Diamond
lilies?
crows.
The red lilies, that's pretty.
The Fab Five.
We'll make you bleed.
We need to pick something like
All right, so we're
Irrigant
playing
interception.
4E,
Mm-hmm.
and our name is Window of Opportunity. Could call it the fourth window.
No, because then we'll just be breaking through it.
That's true.
I'd accept it. It's less weird than the poop takers.
The Poop Takers.
Fire plungerers.
Okay, what are we?
I mean, we're in Irgus. We could get
We're in a Fort
Irgus,
City.
Osept, Fort City.
On the edge of Irgus, going into Osept,
There's
into a desert.
mountains. There's rivers.
We're at the base
Sand.
of like a plains, river, mountain, desert. Like we got everything. Sorry.
Sand,
So
crime.
it's a crossroads.
It is a crossroad.
That word is fun.
We could be border
Uh,
patrol.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Border patrol.
God. What?
Something origin-y, because
Mhm.
we're at the base of everything.
The Liberation Front.
What
The
are we doing
silent
then?
death.
Are we just
Yeah. What are we
dealing
doing?
in-
There's a better question.
Since we're up and coming, are we taking on almost everything, or are we specialized?
I stab good.
We're specialized. I stab good. Ah,
That
yes.
explains why you're 3.
do we have
We'll just go with Forsaken,
a
Brad.
front, a base of operations? Do we own a rundown warehouse in the docks district?
Probably.
Do we?
If I'm still gonna go with my backstory of like the drug lord,
Mhm.
we can do that. And I would enlist you guys.
Well, we don't want to. I didn't think we wanted to be someone else's gang.
Okay. Like we want to be our own gang.
Because at that point because Brad's other thing was like he didn't want another Zizang Fei. That gives us another.
Yeah.
We don't want a third party boss. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Because then either we have to kill that boss or we're just.
It's annoying.
Brad's
Yeah.
the boss the whole time.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like
Easy.
having like a warehouse on the docks or something, and it
Mhm.
could be something with like ships.
Yeah.
Well, we're not on the ocean.
Right, but still.
There is a
like,
river.
Yeah,
You're still gonna have.
we would
There's
have those
definitely trade.
contacts.
The
'Cause that would
hopeless
be-
ones.
That would be an easy way to slip stuff in and out,
You know-
like
You know what, Mark?
Peaky.
You're on
like,
the-
Yeah,
the
like
stuff
like
down
Piggy,
the
they're
river.
not on the
Yeah.
ocean. You know what
No,
I mean? They're
it's just
still
a river.
yeah.
They
mhm.
use
Yeah.
they do stuff at night on the river,
The
like
Thames
Mhm.
in that show.
so.
It's one of like 2 rivers that reaches the sea, so it's probably a pretty big river.
So I think like that could be really cool. And I'm okay dealing in like whatever, like we're taking jobs because we're trying to establish ourselves.
That's still petty, but we could be like high profile.
I'm
Good.
always down for a high profile heist. I think
I'm
that's
saying.
big payoff. You know, my character was a working girl. Like I did have a decent job, and I don't like sell myself as much. So I'm in it for the payoff.
So we're doing.
So we're not
Are
cutting
you
purses in the
still
town
that or
square.
no?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because like,
Has
it
this
could be a
turned
good
into a
source
full time, or do I still have a day job?
Because it could
you know?
that could be a good source
Slash
of like
night job.
income though, or intel. Like if some like upper class
The
douche
gang
comes
of
in and
good
you find
grades.
out he's like talking about how he just got this badass thing.
Right. In my
Yeah,
head,
we-
I still had a
oh.
day
You could
job,
just
and
be like
we,
a-
you know,
Madam or something. Like.
that's my end goal, but not.
You also
right
don't have
now.
to always be there, depending on what you're.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, what are we
you
talking
set
about?
up. We're trying to figure out what type of crime we do.
And how established we are. Like, do we own like a rundown warehouse in the docks? Like, do we, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
I
do
like
we
that
have our own
idea.
base? Are we still like coming from different sources and fledgling?
Do I live under in a van by the river?
Right.
Because we all come from different backgrounds. Because you were a lady of the night. She was a drug smuggler. You
I
were born.
I was
I
alive.
just want to say that we're not super petty.
I was a
like
soldier.
I,
Yeah,
you know,
like
if I
not
had a good day
pickpocketing.
job, like we're not pickpocketing in the town square in the middle of
Yeah.
the day. You know what I mean? Like I'm in it for like heists and like actual.
Organized crime.
And,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
We're
But
not
like,
just
what
thieves.
form does that take for us? Is what,
What
I
is
think we're
our
trying to
organized crime?
figure out.
I was the one idea I already had.
What
when I was
market
just saying,
did we
but you weren't
corner?
here yet. was like with Rachel's character being like in the
The brothel, you could
the
say.
brothel. She could like get
Huer.
just she could like hear like word of like stuff like some like rich guy comes in flaunting that he just got this badass
Yeah.
statue or something, and then that gives us like a target. Like let's go try and steal his.
Okay. So
That was one idea I had.
so wait, do you want to do Liza Locke-Lamora style heists?
That was what immediately came into my head was like
Does not compute for me. So
Yeah.
It's just
Sort of computes.
you steal things.
Yeah.
Or
I
do
like
you
the
kill
idea of
people?
stealing-
Well, that's most.
All right, so-
All right, hold on. Back
I'm
up
down
just
to
a
kill
bit.
a dude.
You
right?
steal things. Yes.
My character's down to kill. Like I've already like his alignment is chaotic evil because he doesn't draw a line at killing someone. He's not like out there as a
there's a reason why you're 3.
yeah. I don't. He's
He
fine with
lost before.
that. Yeah.
So
He's fine with that.
Lies is a good example, but it's like they run a whole game on these people. Like they're making up like
Are we doing game heists?
I
or,
would be like we're running game. Like there are people in from out of town. Like we're making them believe that this whole market's gonna crash and they need to, you know what I mean? Like and like it's more than they're not just breaking in windows and stealing from high profile people. Like they're running
Okay.
games on people.
So
couple of
con
questions.
artists as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just the.
Couple of questions that'll lead up to this.
Mhm.
Are you new in the city? Did you get run out of somewhere else? Or are some of you, or have you been living here the whole time?
I've been here.
I've been here
I
for 3
would've
years.
been, yeah.
Okay, so been here the whole time.
They've been.
I would
there.
like to say this is one of those things where like we had run into each other in mutual sort of circles, maybe on opposite sides sometimes.
Yeah.
And we ended up in that, the unhappy group where we've come to work together on something and it went well.
Okay, I have a couple ideas for that.
If I think that would be really
Uh,
good,
Ashley, where do you fit into this? What's your criminal background?
Like maybe me and Joe
I-
were going after a mark and like half of these people were already on it. And we were like, we're not going to let you leave. You're going to cut us in on it. We're going to help. Like
I
it
like
was,
that.
a
I like
forced-
that.
And then we worked
Yeah.
well together.
Well,
There's,
actually, there's a way to make it so you have to work together.
I've been in the city probably since around the end of the Darkest War.
Okay, so you've been
Fairly
here a while.
Separated from my family. I know where they are, so they're not like missing or anything. I just don't want to live with them because I don't like them.
Okay.
I've
So why
had
the
a
life
job.
of crime?
I've had a job, but like I learned that through the Darkest War, like taking things is a way to get money, and it can make more money than
Very,
having a
very
job.
accurate.
So I kind of just.
Are you ex-military? Okay.
I'm like a street rat.
I am.
Okay. Street rat,
So-
Aladdin.
Survived the
But
darkest
I
war.
have,
Might as well
I
be
have a job.
ex-military.
Yeah.
But like
Wait, what's your job?
I would like worked with like the morgue type row with dead people.
Okay, so I have a couple of ideas.
There's a lot of sensitive information that goes through there.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of ideas.
See,
So my idea for previous is that Joe moves to the city to find Rachel.
other way around.
I
Wait.
was tortured and I was.
Okay, so you moved to the
Mentally
city to find him.
fucked up
You ended up
and I
together.
ended up in
You
the
two
Yeah,
are
we ended
just
up-
together.
I tracked him down here,
She fixes.
kind of
I
from
wasn't,
whorehouse to
like,
whorehouse,
smuggling stuff.
after
Just
winning
trying
my
to
own
look for
freedom.
a new job.
Okay, so there's a mark that comes up. Rachel learns about it.
In the
Her,
whorehouse.
yep, in the Huer house.
Whorehouse.
You and Joe are like, we can do this. We can totally get in on it. It's we'll just say smuggling some illicit goods, of which Andrea was performing at that moment. That was what you were doing. You were the smuggler.
Yeah. Maybe that's what
JP probably found out about it and was just like, I'm a killer and take the stuff. It'll be great. I can just sell it. I don't care.
That's where I'm headed. That's the character I'm building.
But when you all arrive, of course, Andrew's on the receiving end. A larger organization had already made this their thing. They were going to take it over.
Son of a bitch.
They sent a target after it. You guys all end up together and through happenstance kill this guy. They're now pissed off and have put all your names on a list to remove them. But there's no hard evidence because when you got to the morgue, you had somebody remove the body from the city. So he's missing. But the last person that he dealt with was the four
And
of you.
One of us could have heard about her, like through
Yeah.
a criminal context. No, there's someone in the morgue you can pay off. You know, like we would probably know who you are.
Or maybe I snuck in.
So-
Like, found somebody and knew somebody.
So you guys have been laying low for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe a distant member of this place was like, I need revenge, and then came back and started digging a little bit and then got all your names together. The organization as a whole doesn't approve of it, but if it happens, it happens. So there's one guy who wants all of you dead because you're the last person to know that his brother was alive or whatever. He has very strong inclinations that you killed the man, but he can't prove it, which is why the organization doesn't just kill all of you because they don't want to be the wanton murderers.
It's a little more highbrow than
They're
that.
not
Honor
trying
of
to be murdered,
thieves,
but-
the whole
Right. We're a
thing.
step above the homeless people stealing in town square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe do you still work at the morgue? Okay, so that can just be a thing that you do.
See, my thing is like,
Well, because if you have a
We
day job,
have-
I
you have a day
wouldn't
job,
quit until it was profitable for me to
yeah.
quit.
My thing
Okay,
is we
so
have
you
good
guys-
intel gathering
Yeah.
jobs. So my thing is like, if I'm dealing with like a lot of these highbrow criminals and everything, I'm getting good intel, and my is like more like running big games. Like I know through this source that the price of grain in this city is gonna crash, or that like this year's harvest, blah blah blah, is off, and I'm gonna manipulate that and use that and create like fake panic and work people against each other type of a situation. And
Yeah.
like a lot more kind of stuff like that.
Okay.
Or I know, this gang's moving and doing that. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to sell that information or do something with
So
it.
you would have
and-
found out that the brother had come for all of you.
Mhm.
Let everyone know, and then you guys laid low for a little bit and performed little jobs to keep yourselves going. So we'll say that you do have a base of operations. Maybe you don't own it, but you like
What if
rent
it's
out
coming
the
after,
basement.
not us individually, but we had a name we made? Because like my character could just disappear.
Maybe he doesn't have all the identities. Just
Yeah, he just
Well,
has
that's
a
what
couple.
I mean. Like if he had like
Yeah.
or not even the name of an organization we made yet, but he knows we work the assholes that work out of
Yeah.
warehouse X or something like that. Because like.
Well, I'm
being in
trying to
noir
think
is
of a
kinda
reason
like-
for all of you to work together outside of this one job went well.
Because, like, what would stop my character from... Because I doubt I worked as my noir self.
Yeah,
I was
you weren't.
probably an alias. So there's nothing against stopping my character from just eliminating that alias. So just, well,
yeah,
Jen's
you're
dead.
the one that could
Yeah.
leave at any moment. The rest
Yeah.
of us have blackmail on each other.
Yeah.
So that's kind
But
of.
I could still... We could still do this. I would just have to be tied more intrinsically to someone.
Yeah.
Is what, kinda what I'm
Okay,
getting at.
okay.
Andrew,
I
for
think-
your situation, because you were on the receiving end of it,
Yeah.
you're like
Kicked me out.
you probably whoever you were smuggling for is like, we can't trust you anymore. It could have been implicated that you were basically.
Well, they
letting us on.
probably excommunicated you because they didn't want to be connected with his murder or his disappearance.
You're on your own. Sorry, bye bye.
Yeah, you're a liability. Get out.
I'm very expendable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But over like the past however long when we've been lying low, you've proved yourself to us because you're a halfling
Well,
rogue. You're super useful.
might have
You're
been,
so
like-
tiny.
I might have been like annoyed at you guys, and, like come looking for you, and then
Oh,
seeing,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then seeing like, oh, maybe I can use them, and
Well, and if you have experience in a criminal organization
Yeah.
and you've been ousted, you could be like, all right, we're gonna do this right.
Because
And-
like
and you could, you know what I mean?
like I want to prove myself to them and like get back at them.
I'm
Yeah.
not from here. You're from here, but not.
I'm not running a
Originally,
criminal
you
organization type
came
of
here.
individual. Yeah.
I think Andrea and Ashley
I
could
would have been here.
have they lived here around here. They could have known each other.
Or
That's
Yeah.
probably the better
That's a good-
connection
I think-
is that you two know each other. Like she was always your group's contact for body
Yeah.
disappearance and shit like that.
I think these three would be best being in contact together, and I think me and Joe can find 100 ways to tie ourselves to
I have
save
an
these guys
idea.
without a hard time.
I will kill people, but I don't really like it, so like I could use him.
Yeah.
That's
Even make somebody
so
disappear.
you
Use-
Also,
you could have
if-
been her like bodyguard while she's doing the smuggling,
yeah.
and you could have been the one who killed the guy.
I
You're
also-
both
He
roguey,
showed up.
so it
Yeah.
makes sense
Yeah.
that the roguey
I-
people are together.
I like
Yeah.
the idea that you work at the morgue, and every so often you would run your own games where, like, this baron, there's someone that comes in, right, a wealthy merchant that you send him out to clean this guy's accounts out before news has hit the streets that this dude's dead.
Yeah.
So
That was
he's
an
going
idea.
to the banks,
That was what
he's
we were
emptying
talking
the
about.
accounts,
And then
he's-
I could clean out the house.
you know, like
any
Well, no, my
valuables
thing is
or-
like
no.
what we were talking about is if there's a guy that just died, no one knows about. I'm a noir. She
Yeah.
lets me into the morgue. I look at this dude,
Become him.
him, take his clothes, maybe what he was wearing, and go clean out his accounts, clean out his.
And then you just share the account information with everyone else.
and then you guys are cutting, you guys are cutting each other in on it, like. So that could be.
Oh, wait a second.
Assassin,
I like this.
rogue.
So what if
Ranger, hunter.
What
Yeah.
if you
That's a good
already
little group.
killed the guy?
Okay.
Well, all right, so she's smuggling something for it to be picked up by person X.
Yeah.
Person X gets killed on the way there and ends up in the morgue. You go through his stuff with her, and she's like, "Oh, wait, he's supposed to pick up this thing. We can just go, make it happen and pick it up."
Oh.
So you go to her to pick it up, but another group shows up to kill you
We'll kill him.
because he should be dead, and they killed him already, but he's there.
And they're like, what?
So they go to kill you again,
Yeah.
but you just escape for whatever reason. So now
Go
she
incorporeal
delivered it to the
and
wrong
just-
person, so she gets black excommunicated. She didn't actually do anything wrong.
Yeah.
She just
like,
it just
what?
happenstance she gets kicked out because he got killed
Everything
before.
went horribly wrong
Yeah.
outside of the house.
And you two were witnesses to the whole situation. So you know everything that occurred.
I just like
Wait,
Tap you
you're
on the
supposed to
shoulder.
be
See, I
dead.
probably knew
Like-
this was going
You
on,
probably got wind that he had died.
or that it was just going to happen. The whole
Yeah,
exchange
or that he
gonna
was
happen.
supposed to get killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you got wind that he died before he could go pick up the smuggle. So you two showed up just to steal it from her.
And then I show up.
And
as
he
him.
shows up as him, and then another group shows up to kill him because he's supposed to be dead, and they killed him earlier, but he's still here. And then they just go to like kill all of you because you're just all.
Clean up the.
We just gotta get rid of this.
And then we end up fighting together without realizing
Yeah.
really why. And then there's
We
a
could've just cleared
conversation
out, but-
after of what the fuck just happened.
yeah,
That
and
could have
then
been.
you all realize that you all possess pieces of
That could've been-
capability that together you're way
That
better.
could have been Criminal Org 6 that is now dead.
Yeah.
It's, we fought as a group and we were like, hey, let's group up.
Let's do this. And I would have been like, you guys owe me because you
I
got
don't have a job anymore.
And see, I could picture her character being like, I'm out of a job, I'm out of a
Like,
house,
thanks.
my family is pissed at me. You work for, like, we're gonna earn this back,
Yeah.
you know?
My
So,
character would just be like, I don't know.
because I don't think any of the rest of us really have the capability
we
to,
don't have like the
administrative.
I
Yeah.
don't have the drive to
You know,
set up
or-
I'm a
an
young noir
organization.
with some skills,
frankly.
but no ambitions yet.
Right.
Like,
or,
I'm just
or
like,
direction, even.
right, I don't
you
even have
know?
direction. I'm just
You're
using
the
my
one who's-
abilities.
So
Like,
I have an idea.
So it's like.
So
our-
that whole ramshackle situation happens. Another gang shows up to kill JP's character, and you guys just kill them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like the newspaper was reporting that this other gang killed this other gang.
And then we're suddenly a gang.
and now you're suddenly a gang together.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
just been working together ever
Well, we might
since.
as well work together since it's. Yeah.
Because like Rachel would start getting jobs
We've
for the
been
gang,
labeled.
and you're like, wait, we're not actually a thing.
We accidentally become a gang.
Well, and my thing is like it's usually I'm trading information and no one knows I'm fucking them over on
Yeah.
a daily basis, you know. But like you guys know my face now, you know where I work. Like I have to cooperate or we have
Well-
blackmail on each other, you know.
One of you has to be a public individual, and I think Andrea is probably the best bet.
Yeah.
Where
Nice.
like people already know who she is in the underground organization, so people already know her. So they know she got excommunicated and she joined this other gang that's
I
really
got
good
that.
at like X, Y, and Z. So they keep like going to her with jobs, and she's like, "What do we do with these?"
Yeah.
That's one of my things is like on the underground, like I don't want people to like connect me underground with me like
Yeah.
real life. That's one of my big things.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And another thing is like so, you know, people know she's the contact for this new gang. The rest of us are going about our daily lives. They don't necessarily know who we are.
Yeah.
She's getting all these requests and things and people are coming to her as the new person who has this mysterious gang working for her.
Yeah.
So she's filtering these requests and then it's not like we're out there like all day every day. It's like
Yeah.
we get a job and then she assembles the team.
Yeah.
So like I have a day job.
You're the
still,
Avengers,
you know?
but for crime.
We're like
You're the
criminal-
crime Avengers.
And then
I mean, my day
Yeah.
job is probably petty theft at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
We still do what we do.
Well,
But, like,
you would
okay,
probably
so-
follow her around as her enforcer. Like,
That's true.
people show up to give her a job, and she's never alone. There's always a shadowy figure
So
in
like
the background.
in Six of
Literally.
Six of Crows, they find out
There's
about
no
the
time limit on that.
substance.
I just go
Yeah.
incorporeal.
And the only person who knows how to make it is locked up in a prison and like
Yeah.
the hardest fortress in the world to break into. And they learned this is where like this individual is. So he gets his group together and he's like, all right, we're gonna fucking break into it. I need, the best explosives person in the city, and he assembles the crew. And that's like the plot of Six of Crows is they go to break into like this impenetrable fortress. And it's like a total heist from start
Yeah.
to finish.
So it's like Ocean's 11.
But like, yeah, but he would be like the Andrea in that situation where like he's like, okay, I have my crew, I have my weapons guy, I have my, my this person, my that person. We've got the healer, we've got the fucking shadow murder man.
It's
like,
actually terrifying because
we're gonna do this. We're gonna
we
get
could literally because the powers, the way they work in this game is really weird. Because Gloomthies, I could literally just disappear within
Yeah.
her shadow.
Yeah.
Like if she goes to do a deal, I just like
It's the best because she's a halfling.
yeah. So I just disappear.
This tiny little person who has this elite gang, and she's just walking down the street alone. People are afraid of her.
That's amazing.
Well, the first time someone
Well,
goes
because
to
the
mug
cool
you,
part is like you can be walking down the street alone. He can be invisible, like standing right next to you,
Yep.
and you can be in telepathic communication with both Joe and Rachel at the whole time.
Yeah.
And like Ashley's on like the rooftops
Yeah.
waiting to like shoot people.
you did some Hanzo shit.
Another good option for possible base of operations is if you're like you've been a criminal, you have a family name, you could own like a rundown boarding house. So you have rooms,
Yeah,
you have
like, I
space,
would know.
like a low class. Like you have the drunks that come in, the people that stay here for a month or
Yeah.
two and then get run out of town. Like
Unless
that's
somebody
another-
has one of those, I live in one of those.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's another good possibility for base of operations. like,
That'd be cool because then that way we could have. Because I know we didn't want a boss, but we could have like the reoccurring NPCs. That's literally just like the bartender who works for us and
Right.
the barmaid. Because having recurring NPCs is fun.
Yeah.
Having them not be the boss, I think, is
Yeah.
important
Right.
in this. So they like report to us and they just run the bar.
right.
That'd be fun.
Right, but like if you're someone
Yeah.
with even like a little bit of status, you probably have an establishment or something. Like
Um,
it may not make you money, but it's a place you operate
You
out
can
of.
stay there.
Right, it pays for itself. Yeah.
Andrea, you have a friend. We're gonna give him a name now. What race is he?
Is he a lover?
No,
Yeah,
Oh.
what is his primary? What is it?
he owns the tavern. So who is he
No,
or her?
Like, he would probably be a human.
Okay,
And it would be he.
a
The barmaid.
human.
Dude, I love just like quick out of everything. I really like the abilities of this fucking class. You get so spoopy shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's
so
ridiculous.
badass.
Yeah. It did some really cool stuff in
His
martial
name
class.
is
That's a
Oh,
weird
I have an idea.
Like Shadow Step is a move action is the coolest thing.
I have an idea.
At will move action.
Is it at will?
Yep.
Oh, that's really
It's
cool.
just an at will move action. Just
Yeah.
Shadow Stepping around. Also, really like with Assassin's Shroud. if
I
we
have a
can-
better
If we
idea.
have enough time before I have to kill someone, I just plop all my shrouds on them and then I just like murder them, like because I don't get sneak attack, but it's effectively sneak attack. I just like
I just
It's like
take all the hits.
It's really cool thematically because it is like the single target
Don't make me
stalking.
cry again, Joe.
No, we can't do that again.
wait what?
Don't worry.
Nothing.
No crying.
Oh,
No crying in the club.
but
I'm gonna choose a heroic horse name. No.
Arasnat.
We need one.
Oh wait, you said heroic, not godly.
Jesus. All right. His name
Shadow Man and
is.
the Murder Hobos.
Toothless Jim. Is that our new Willow?
Toothless Jim and Tongueless Joe.
His name could be Tucker. I don't know.
Tucka.
I need a good name. There aren't really. His name is Vardif
Vardif.
Zassi. Zassi.
Is he sassy?
Who is this person?
He owns the Gifted Glass, a tavern that you use as a base of operations. He allows you to use a secret storeroom that he possesses, as well as 2 rooms that are attached to it in the basement.
Can I have an idea for that for my day job instead of just being a petty thief. I could just be his like bouncer.
Yeah, that's fine. He knows that you're up to no good, but he is a long-term friend of
Trust.
yours.
You went to school with him.
You
keep his bar
saved his
safe?
son from a slaving operation in Osept. They were smuggling him through the city. So he lets you use the 2 rooms in the storeroom in the basement with no questions asked. However, he gets 10% of your cut.
That's what I was gonna say.
The 2 rooms contain 2 beds each.
10% of your cut specifically, or the whole
Whole
cut?
group.
What he knows about anyway.
Yeah. And
I don't even have to necessarily work for him. I probably just hang out here, and when shit like breaks out, just a shadowy figure steps out of shit, breaks it up.
but you do have a secret exit that leads to an alley 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna have to have a session where we actually map out the city.
That's
Do we
fine.
want to keep doing round the tables on characters?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Who do we got next? Who's left?
Everyone but Joe.
All right. Rachel, you're up. Andrew, you're up.
Okay. So.
JP, you're up.
No.
So I'm 3 years old. I woke up outside of what is this? Iron
Iron Mark.
I'm just gonna go with I woke up in the city.
Okay.
How exactly does a noir form?
They just do.
So like
You just
somewhere?
are.
so I just woke up naked in like somewhere.
Okay.
Belle died enough. You should know.
I
I was
always
never
went to
there
Tristan
when she
though.
woke up.
She was never there when she woke up.
Yeah. But anyways, I woke up in the city. Being a noir, I knew what I was capable of, so I quickly changed myself. I don't know if anyone saw me. That's obviously up to Brad. But to this point, no one's seen, unless I've been knocked unconscious, but I'm going to go probably not.
You still have to be killed.
What's that?
You still have to be killed. It's not unconscious.
Oh, that's right. I have to be
Yeah.
dead. So I'm not dead yet anymore. So I'm going to go with probably no one's seen actual character. Oh, my name is Trust, because we thought that was a really cool name after reading 50 Warforged names.
Trust.
I don't have too much. I'm 3 years old, so I don't have a lot going on. But I knew what I was. I knew what I was capable of, and I was in the middle of a very active city, and quickly used my abilities to get some clothes, get some money, probably just stealing them off people around me, become some random person I saw on the street to begin with, and have just been kind of living my life here. I don't have very many goals or aspirations yet. I just kind of want to make a name for myself and figure out what it is I want to do with my
Okay.
being.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, I just kind of like I'm just kind of like a free agent. I don't have a lot of goals and aspirations. I probably have a couple enemies, couple friends that I've made in the city I have to kind of detail out, but really he's 3 years old. He hasn't had enough experiences yet to really have any massive overarching goals other than he wants to establish himself as, well, his main alias, his main alias would be Trust.
Yeah.
He wants to establish himself as like a leader or whatever in the city. Like he wants to kind of run the criminal underground, sort of.
Okay.
He wants to own the city, basically. Not politically. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Rachel.
Okay. So my character's name is Nina.
Nina? N-I-N-A?
You did it.
N-Y-N-A.
Ooh.
Okay.
I am Joe's cousin.
Cousin?
So I am an Amorite. I am an Ardent. Yeah, I lived with my parents for a while, and they weren't anything special. I just had like a pretty average life, and I was just doing my own little life shit. They died. Tragic accident. Still need to detail it. I am an orphan.
Those say Darkest War. Chalk it
No,
up, Dark-
before the
No, it's
Darkest
gotta be
War.
before.
Oh,
Long
okay.
before, yeah. So they died.
Built by
You're like
Remorse
300
Scars
what?
agents.
324. So I went to live with my cousin's family.
Cousin?
Your aunt.
My aunt.
Auntie.
Again, he went out for milk and never came back,
Uncle
and
did.
she was kind of a bitch.
He's
So
coming back though.
we
Someday.
talked about leaving. We talked a big game. We always talked about it, but never did much. And then he did, and he was like, well, "I'm gonna go make some money, and I'm gonna go, and then I'll
We
come
gonna get
back.
outta
I'll
here."
write you a letter, and I'll tell you where to come, and I'm gonna get us a place, and everything's gonna be fine." Except he didn't reply one day or ever again at a certain point. So I went out and I went to find him. That was my goal. I left my bitch aunt.
Fuck you, Carol.
Yeah, and some bad things happened.
Carol.
I ended up
Carol
getting
the
trafficked by a slaving organization. Ended up a working girl. The situations under which I have my freedom I don't talk about, but I do now. So I work for a Blue Moon House, which is a significantly
Black widowed their ass.
significantly
Killed them
more
in
reputable
the middle of the act.
organization where I have some control over what I'm doing and when. I am not actually a whore though. Like I do not traditionally do the act of sleeping with people. So I am a healer.
You are a companion.
Yeah, I have some control over emotions and things
Golden
like that.
girl.
So I work for
Betty
criminal
White.
organizations in other ways than that. But yeah, I'm a healer. I'm kind of low key. I don't advertise that though, so I let people think I'm still a working girl. But I work out of the Blue Moon House because it's a place that criminals are known
So
to go.
you are a registered Blue Moon House agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's just you probably have a deal with
But-
the
I have some-
owner of this house to not be used in that way.
Yes, I have my
Well,
own
it's always up
clients.
to the
As long as I'm bringing in money and I can
Yeah.
be a
She
working
doesn't care
girl
what's
and
happening, or they don't.
pay the woman
you said
upstairs.
Deal. Triggered.
What I do
The
behind
ball.
closed doors is not what people would expect. But yeah. So,
Well, there's always got to be that one, like, you see in, like, TV shows and stuff, they go to, like, the vet or something if they get, like, stabbed.
right.
Yeah.
So there's got to be, like, a...
I'm almost like a therapist for a lot of these criminals. So like
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
calm them down. I have control over
a Blue Moon
emotion.
House ladies aren't always whores. Most
Right.
of them aren't, or
Most
men
of them
for that
are,
matter.
But yeah.
Andrea, who are you?
I am.
Steve.
Oh, Joe, I want to
Well,
say
changing my name.
it would be really cool if the area we lived in was one of the areas that fell very early in the Darkest War. Like we were.
Suck it, Aunt.
Yeah. So like we don't even know if they're still.
Carol's probably dead.
Yeah.
We don't even know if they're still alive, and we don't
Don't
entirely
care.
care.
Don't care.
But like I thought that would be a cool addition. Is
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Would have been, like, in this rated
We don't
despair.
want our backstory. She's dead.
We are outside of those pretty national lines. Has not yet been reclaimed.
Jesus Christ.
She's in the strait of despair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
That's the
bet
thing.
she's a cultist now.
Nah.
I bet she has tentacles.
She's a real bitch.
Oh wait, Carol.
Speaking of, you should check out our Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Really, boy.
But no, I do wanna kind of go into like how I got my freedom, but I want to make that really cool. So
How'd you, win all Black Widow on Smash?
yeah, how I backhanded the black hand. So okay, Andrea, go.
Okay, so I am a scrappy little halfling rogue. My name I'm gonna actually change because it was for the other backstory idea. But sense. And then after the botched job that we did,
You were the account manager on a botch job.
yeah, yeah. So I screwed up, and they finally had it with me and just fired me. So then I went after you guys to kind of formulate a gang, essentially. Like you guys.
You're like I know how this town works, you know. Yeah.
Like I roll like,
You've-
really deep.
You've lived there like your entire life.
Yeah.
Probably worked your way up from doing like
Same.
the literal, I stole this
Yeah.
off the street. I got 2 gold pieces from that guy's pocket, and you
Hell
like
yeah.
You
worked
were-
up from like pickpocket all the way up to this.
You were the kid
so
who got a lollipop when you had a good day in the town square.
You're like
yeah.
the working criminal,
Yeah.
life
You're the
criminal.
working girl. I'm the working criminal. But yeah, I would be. I don't know how old I am. I would be kind of younger.
Early 20s.
You have some cred. You were working on building yourself up, and then it all came
Yeah.
crashing down.
Yeah.
And unlike a child, the consequences are real this time. So.
Yeah, and because I'm like sassy and everything, I want to prove myself to them. Like get back to them, back at them.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Hi. Lynn. My name is Shay. I'm about 21 years old. My family and I got separated toward the end of the Darkest War. I know where they are now. They're all fine. They're just super annoying, and I don't like them. So I stayed over here. I work at a morgue type place.
On a morgue.
I work in a morgue.
You work for the Church of Moline.
Yeah.
Work for the Church of Moline.
Oh, that's very impartial. That's actually wonderful. Yeah.
Because, like, I really don't have religion. I don't care.
And especially because the Moline Church is probably where like the unidentified ones would go because it's so neutral. Yeah.
Yeah, if you were wearing like a Austrian holy symbol, he'll take
Right.
you there. But Moline's gonna be where most of the criminal underground goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work with families. I work with dead people. Doesn't really matter. I like to find out when people are dead, if I can steal stuff from them, find information about them, sell it. I have a dog. That's really the only thing I like in the world.
You have a dog?
Its name is Rolly. Yes.
Rolly.
That's
adorable.
She's got a
So,
dog.
in person, I'm normally really happy and like friendly with people, but it's completely fake because I really just hate everybody and
Dog is
I
it?
don't really like it.
How big is the dog?
It's a medium-sized dog.
Does it bite?
What is it?
No, it's heavy little pupper.
Is it well trained?
What color is its fur?
Probably like a fawn color. Probably like a bulldog.
This is important.
Does it have a name?
It's a bulldog. Does
Rolly.
it
Rolly?
roll on its belly? Like
How old is it?
Its back.
How did it get its name?
background?
2. It rolls on its back.
Does it run fast?
Is it
No, it's kind of fat.
Okay.
It's kind of fat. I feed it corpses.
Oh boy. I have
Yeah,
lots
I
of-
like nice things and money. So anything that will get me nice things and money. I don't like to flaunt it though. I like having like a secret hoard.
I like to
I'm a
flaunt
dragon.
it. You should see my dresses. They're nice.
How did
That you two probably became very close friends.
Yeah.
how did our
I have
characters
one.
meet? Did you just need like? Trying to wonder if my character might have like hung out at the Moline Temple or something.
I have an idea for that. What if you pretended to be dead, and you got delivered, and then she's like working on you, and you're just like, stop, I'm not dead.
So why? Okay, that makes sense. How I got
Maybe
down
you
there.
maybe you got caught and like you got beat the shit up and then
Let-
you pretended to die like
Yeah.
you
Feign death.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
like you were
Okay, I actually
taken
like
to
that.
the morgue.
I actually
Oh,
like
and I
that.
could have like been going through your
Alright,
stuff.
So she knows that you're a noir. She would be the only one who knows.
Well, yeah, because I would have like woke. Oh, I could have been actually unconscious.
yeah.
Okay. I actually like that then. Then she's the only one who has seen
Yeah.
my real face. We'd have to have a reason
and
not
I
to
was
kill
going
you.
through all of your shit, and that's why you're like,
Well, it would have been.
I'm not actually a nice girl.
No, it would have been like one of my aliases shit.
Yeah.
And I would have woke up and just like, well, shit, I'm dead.
I was
And
like,
then I would have
taking
like
it out of your bag and putting
taken
it in
another
mine.
alias.
Stealing your stuff.
You could have also woke up in the morgue.
That's kind of yeah,
It's
yeah.
trapped in
Yeah.
the thing.
Like no, like
For
when
the
you
first time?
when you 3 years ago you woke up in the morgue with her.
we could start there.
Ooh.
Like,
I actually
she-
really like
she
that
has-
a lot more.
She has 3 bodies and a 4th slab, and then all of a sudden there's a 4th person. She's like, wait,
Especially because,
What the
like, a
fuck?
lot of times it's religious places and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like that's
Maline's
instead of
like,
at the
no.
church, you woke up in
I
the
like
fucking
Not yet.
morgue.
I like this for a couple of reasons. So I woke up in the morgue. She was there, so she knows what I actually look like. I wouldn't cared at that point because it's not her fault
And
that I
you
woke
would
up
have
there.
been
B,
vulnerable.
one of those 3 corpses, I stole their face as my first,
Yeah.
first alias, and I had all their details.
And she
Yeah.
helped you dispose, like, the fact that they were, yeah. That's cool.
I could just start being that person. It was probably
Yeah.
just some drunk or something, but like.
That being said, you still want to be named Truth, or do you want to be named like
Trust? Isn't it trust?
or Trust?
Trust.
Well, I mean,
or like feign.
Corpse
oh,
Corpse.
Fane, but spelled like Fane.
or
Slab.
Slab.
That's
You
really
could be
cool.
named
I like
Slab.
Fame way more.
Because Fane, like, is kind of like a realish name, but, like, spelled like that, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
I like that.
Because they usually take names of stuff that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
running right when they wake up. So
That's why it was hard to name a noir. Like
Yeah.
until we actually write out like what happened.
So
Okay.
you
That
woke
would
up.
give you two a really strong bond.
Yeah, that would be a really strong bond because then
Yeah.
maybe you were thinking this whole time. You're like 3 years ago. You're like, man, if I could only like become this person, and then one day, your own little
Show up.
noir spawns.
I'm like,
What if like some rich guy dies with no heirs, And you know that if you had access to his bank account, you would have been set for life. And then
Instead,
he
all
just
his
wakes
money's
up on
going
the
to the
slab.
library.
I just wake up on the slab next
Like,
to you.
like 2 weeks later, after the corpse is gone, a noir just shows up, and you're like, oh, thank God.
It was a rich guy with no heirs.
Yeah.
So he suffocated to death.
No, I actually really
Yeah.
like that.
With her.
What is that supposed to mean?
Someone paid you to kill him. He had a heart attack.
He had too much fun.
I do really like that though. I like that tie.
So she would be the only one who knows that you're a noir. Well,
Well, I was
everyone
just-
now knows.
Because
but-
I was trying to think like, how did we start doing our little
Yeah.
game?
We
And
got
that makes
lots
a lot
of
sense.
money. You're just taking everybody the money.
Yeah.
I do like the idea also. It depends how we can manage this, but I really like one thing I liked about Lies of Lockamora is they had like all that money,
Yeah.
right? But it didn't mean anything to them because like they were just.
Well, I mean, that's how 4th edition is. It doesn't really work.
kind of what I
the same
mean
way.
though. So we could literally
It's
have.
like 5th edition. You can give them $1 million gold. It doesn't matter.
Well, there's a lot of really cool items you can get. Oh,
Yeah.
Really.
Well, no, but 4th edition doesn't have like a. You can't just go buy all these items.
I just mean like as long as we stay on the path of when we're supposed to get cool items, we could legitimately have a thieves' horde.
Yeah.
Just with like.
Well, it doesn't have to be important either. It could just be family heirlooms.
That's
and
what I mean.
shit.
Though it could literally just be shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like because for 3 years if I've been running this game, it'd be cool if I had like not a lot, but like some shit.
Yeah.
I don't need gold on my character sheet, but like.
Yeah.
I want some shit that I stole, like yeah.
Maybe I have an idea. So the reason you two know each other is you know the same guy, the guy who runs that tavern. And that storeroom is where you guys have been putting all of your shit this whole
Kind of what I'm
time.
trying to get at is like. there's
And
like
then when she gets fired, she goes to him for a job and goes, well, I have a place you can stay, but somebody's already there.
And then I just kind of pop up like. Let's make it.
Yeah.
cool.
So you guys like meet, like you use him. You were like maybe you were smuggling something and you had to place it somewhere real fast. And the only place you could put it was in their thing, and they were down there already. And they're like, wait, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I smuggle things. I steal
Well, I would have
things.
been there if she came during the day.
Yeah.
Like I would have just been there because that's where I hang out.
Yeah.
Like I would have just
And
And then you would have been like, we can use her.
Mhm.
And then you start like figuring out
incorporating
this,
her into
yeah.
like my schemes.
And as she's smuggling things, things get dropped and lost, and one crate didn't make it, and it's just.
And she throws a temper tantrum. God damn it! I want you to be super angry all the time. Stuff
Yeah,
doesn't go
feisty.
right.
That's like my whole thing. Like I'm feisty.
And then you guys got wind that this one guy was going to smuggle all this stuff, but you knew that he died earlier. And you know that if you two, like,
Right in my game.
if you could link it together, you could technically get away with this and get the items.
Like,
But
there
you
wouldn't
could-
even
but
be a
you
fight.
could
You could just
sell.
show up and take the
Yeah.
package and leave with it. Yeah.
And she was in on it. And then you two were like, wait, we're going to go, this guy died already. We'll just go get his stuff. It'll be great. And you show up to get it, and, like, this whole situation happens. Then the other gang shows up to kill him, and because he's alive again, and they killed him earlier, and that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe so. This whole time you've been laying low as just kind of like what you're doing in the Blooming House. What's Joe's character been up to?
My character is. So what I had in mind for him is he's more himself than he was when Nena found him, but he's still not quite all there, and he knows that, and so does she. So like he would honestly take real simple labor jobs, like carry this stuff to this spot. There's a lot of it, like
Your Mike
real
from, Better Call
simple.
Saul.
I had an
stuff.
idea. Sometimes if we have like maybe Saturday night, like busy nights, you kind of act as the house bodyguard too.
That too.
You
Like,
just hang out there to keep the peace.
he acts as muscle, though he doesn't look muscular.
You could
He uses psionic abilities to end up moving things that he shouldn't be able to.
My thing is like I'm still kind of laying low from the whole Black Hand thing, and what's keeping me here is the woman who owns the house.
I'm trying to think what would have made you guys go out that night to either.
One connection I was thinking,
Because I have an idea.
you deal
but
with
I'm
a lot
curious.
of dead people.
My thing's a lot of it will probably just. doesn't
I'm
make
real
sense.
interested in hunting down the people that tortured me. So I
This
would
is where I was gonna go.
Same.
be like, was he tortured?
I was I was
did he
gonna go
have any
different
weird
than that.
marks on him, and I would probably end up
But I like that.
slowly befriending you
What if
outside of this through that.
what if the lady that runs the Blue Moon House often has like you two kill someone for her?
I mean, I owe her like a debt, you know.
Yeah,
She's
like,
keeping me safe here. The
She
Black
works
Hand
with other
probably-
gangs who are getting rid of their rivals, and he dies in the act. And then you take the corpse to get rid of it to her, and she just keeps having corpses show up. And then JP's like, "Can I replace that guy?"
I wouldn't say it's something I would do super regularly. Like it
No,
would
just
be the
like once in
odd-
a while.
Yeah, every once in a while, and I'm like, I owe you a lot, you know. Like, I
Or
don't
like
have to
maybe
do
somebody
this.
gets too rowdy in the whole situation, and they handle him, and then they have a corpse, and they don't know what to do with it. Maybe Joe keeps the peace in the Blue Moon House, and he's allowed to stay there.
My big thing's intel primarily, but yeah, I would do it. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't do
Yeah.
it, but yeah.
Because like I'm
So
not,
you guys all knew each other ahead of time, like before the incident.
We've dealt.
But then
We've
when
dealt,
you
yeah.
two show up
There's
to
been
get
exchanges.
the items from the guy or from the smuggler, that could have been something that your
I'm
Blue
thinking-
Moon House had asked you to do.
I'm thinking the items might have Joe somehow had a hint that it was something related to like Keymasters or something like that. Like there was some culty thing going on. Doesn't even have to have been what happened.
No,
Joe's
yeah,
character
that
got a
makes sense.
hint that like
Should I go just out of sheer
some shady
curiosity?
movement.
Yeah.
Like,
like you
for
guys
the
show up
intel.
because you heard that there
Yeah,
might be.
and then you two show up, and you guys all know each other ahead of time from working together, and then the other gang shows up to kill you,
Mhm.
and then you kind of have to defend yourselves. You kill the other gang, and then you guys
Well,
get a name.
He could have approached me as the dude.
Yeah.
Because you have questions. You know. You're
I have a
like,
question.
Yeah, and you're like, no, I don't know anything.
Well, I would have known him.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's me. And he would be like, oh.
A big thing I want to know that we could tie into an ongoing plot arc is what was in that package? Do we still have
Yeah,
it?
that's
Is it
important.
something we're leveraging
It seems
against?
like it's starting to get.
and one thing to keep in mind, JP, is if I'm speaking to you, it's mentally.
No, I know.
Yeah,
No, that's what I mean though. But
Like-
but I could have been like, no, it's me, and you would have heard my voice.
and then a whole bunch
Like,
of other gang
my
members spring out of the
'Cause that-
shadows to
that
kill him.
works, right?
Yeah,
If he pings me as a noir, I have a mental. I assume you can tell who is talking to you.
no, you just hear his voice.
But is it my? Do you have a tone to your voice, or is it? That's one thing I've never even thought about. With
Can
mental
you think in
communication.
a different voice?
Yeah,
But then my thing would be I would talk to you with my
regular
feigned
voice.
voice.
Yeah, he would already know. He would just recognize and be like, oh.
That's what I
Got
was getting
it.
at. He would have like pinged me to be like, what the fuck are
That
you
could have been the
doing,
first day they figured out that you were noir too.
Mhm.
Like,
Well, like,
you've
we
known
were-
the whole time.
I'm just saying, like, if we've already dealt because he's maybe accidentally. Oh god, one of my things fell. He accidentally like killed somebody or whatever. Came to
Yeah.
the morgue. I've talked to him. We know each other. So you show up to interrogate who I am at the moment, and I'm just like, no, it's me. And then while we're like standing there dumbfounded, we get ambushed by gang number 6 that we end up killing. But that what's in the box, I think, could be the biggest tie.
What's in the box?
Right, like let's say if we like obviously so whatever was happening this night made its way through a lot of criminal organizations. It was kind of a hot topic whether or
Yeah.
not it was supposed to be in
Yeah.
the underground.
Yeah.
So what was in this box? It can't just be like money or drugs
You
or
haven't
something
opened it.
mundane.
Ooh, I like that.
You,
Never
Yeah.
done that.
you can't open it. It's locked. It has a special.
can't
Like a
open
magical.
it?
You
So
can't.
it's like a magical
And you're afraid to break into it because it might break.
well, it could explode.
It could be.
I-
It could be
Arcana.
fragile. It could
Yeah.
be. You have no idea.
trapped. Yeah.
There's a special key that you guys haven't gotten yet to open it.
And you
and it
think
has
might be
something to
tied
do. Yeah, it has something
We-
to do with the guy that you replaced, and you know that it's
Might be
somehow
tied.
it
Might be
might be
tied.
tied to the Keandronas, the faceless
We
ones.
don't know what's in the box.
You don't know
can't
what you were
open it.
smuggling.
And that I mean, and we if we
We need a special.
if we all agreed we're in on it together and like that keeps us coming back every night.
Maybe the first time you guys tried to open it, your rogue sat down and started trying to pick this lock, and she gets like electrocuted. And you're like, "Oh god! All right, I'm not trying
Right.
this again."
Or like blasted into the wall and knocked unconscious.
Maybe
And then I healed
the
you.
whole thing just like set on fire, like it was flaming.
We could have tried multiple times, and
I can
different
also
shit
try.
happens every
So
time.
I can
another
also
thing,
try, like,
like
yeah.
my
Fire.
day job, I'm still
Electricity.
trying
We've
to
got
figure
two
out.
rogues
We're
here.
still trying to figure out what the package
Yeah.
is. Like
And you know that it gets brought up often.
People are trying
it's
to find
probably like if the
People have
city's
been trying
frantic.
to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at least the
People
criminal
are still
underground.
looking for it, like,
Yeah.
I hear it on the street.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why your organization would have kicked you
It was
out, is because
supposed
you
to go to-
lost it.
and it was
It was
supposed
really
to go
important.
to them.
Dare you?
And it was
I
they were
lost it
supposed
or
to
I
get it.
lost
They could never use you
You
again.
lost it.
Okay.
You guys took it, but
And they probably think she's so inept. There's no way she has it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's no way she pulled off.
But it was
something like
supposed
that.
to
Yeah.
go to your people,
Okay.
and we have control of the
like
box.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would have regularly. taken
your
stuff.
group was smuggling it for this one guy,
Yeah.
and then he goes to pick it up, but he dies on his way there.
Thank you.
Good follow.
Thank you, Care Bear Countdown.
Everyone has 3
Yeah,
voices.
I really like us being in control of this
Yeah.
item. We don't know what it is, and that like.
That's cool.
No, you're
that's-
right, Care
yeah.
Bear. Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw it.
So there's a chest that you can't open.
One thing I was about to say, scrying. How's it work? How does scrying work in 4E?
It doesn't. Scrying exists, but it's way too high.
No, I mean, this like Pathfinder, an inch of lead, or is it a foot of lead? Whatever. Like you can block scrying. By
Yeah.
Mundane means. I was gonna say, what if this dude's cellar is just lined with like, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
because like
There's
the
no
other
reason.
orcs might have the ability
Yeah.
to try to find it, but they can't find it because
Yeah.
we have it in like, we have some
In your storehouse.
yeah, which the storehouse just happens to be.
A
The
lead safe or
chest
something.
is a obsidian chest. It's made entirely of obsidian on all sides.
Yeah.
Badass chest. I was just thinking this dude's
looks-
shit. This
Yeah,
dude's cellar.
but
might
you
have
know if
been,
you
like,
break it, it's gonna shatter, and it'll
it's
probably
obsidian.
break whatever's inside.
And I don't want to break it because maybe we could. What if there's no?
Well, Joe wants to know
Sell
what's
it.
in it.
Right.
Yeah.
That-
Joe
that's
wants to
what
know
I'm
what's in
saying.
it, but Joe also wants to know where this key is.
Also, if it ends up being mundane or not important
that
to us,
implicates
we
people.
could sell it for a lot. so
which
let's
helps.
not damage the merchant.
What if
There's no
your
reason.
gang
Box.
name is like the Black Key, or something like that?
Black
The
Key.
Obsidian Key.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is that our end game? Is getting the obsidian key? Or
That's
No, that's just what everybody knows. Like that's just the other thing that they
Mhm.
or the obsidian chest or something.
What are we talking? Hold on, I missed the first.
What?
part.
Well, what do you guys want to call yourselves? What are you known
okay.
after this?
I don't even know like if I would my character would be like, hey, let's name ourselves something.
Well,
People
it's
would
not
start
that you
calling
would have
us
named
something.
yourselves
Yeah.
something. It's
people
that
would.
the rest of the town would start calling you guys something.
All right, so theoretically, we're looking for the key to this chest.
Or anything about the information about the guy,
what
or
it is,
where
it's
your
going.
group even got it from.
But like
You have
the
no
a
idea.
common thing we're doing is looking for a key to this
Yeah.
chest. So theoretically, we could have done other minor jobs, and if ever a key's involved, we're more likely to take it. So something
Ooh.
involving keys could be what people start, like key seekers or key
thieves
bearers.
or- yeah.
I'm thinking
Keymasters.
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 That's
I like
cool.
that.
Please.
There we go. Cool.
All right, the Keymasters.
But like, if we're looking for keys, that becomes almost like a calling card.
Everything-
Anytime it's a
every
chest or a
time-
door or something that you guys have to open, like beanies or your shit.
Well, and in every job, we steal any key we see.
Yeah.
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 You
Oh my
just have a
God.
sack of keys that you've all tried to
Emptying out
open.
houses
I
of
would try it
keys.
like all night, and they would be like, "Stop! You gotta go to bed." I'm like, "No."
Well, you know you can't lockpick it because, like,
Yeah,
whenever
we
you try to
need a key.
lockpick it, the trap goes off.
And
But
that
if you
would
try to
annoy
use
the
a
hell
key,
out of
it
you.
doesn't.
It would.
Because
Like,
you're
I
like
would
the
still try.
stabby rogue. You stab
Yeah.
stuff. She's like the I steal stuff and I pick locks rogue. So for her not being able to pick this thing, I can see you being obsessed, and you're the one who like whenever we take a job, any key, we're like that clearly opens that child's diary. You're like, I don't
the
care.
diary. Goddamn.
It was in the door handle.
Key is in the cellar door. I don't give a fuck.
Like I'm
You
not
just
really
take
smart.
every key.
I'm not
That
really
would be
smart,
cool
so
though if
adds
it was
up.
like a hidden key that actually had dual purposes.
Right. So Keymasters?
I like
I'm
you.
cool with that.
Isn't that like Ghostbusters like tie back?
I'm the keymaster.
Yeah.
I'm the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Are you the keymaster? I like that.
The Keymasters, because every time they hit, they steal every key in the house.
Because like
Yep.
we're still doing.
Everyone knows.
Yep.
We're still
Like
doing
Because we
jobs.
wouldn't name
but, like,
ourselves.
yeah.
Like that's kind
No.
of
They're like the
you
wet
know.
bandits.
The weapon.
You don't. You
People
don't
start
turn on the
calling
faucets. You just steal all the keys.
Like serial killers, they get given a name. They don't
Yeah.
name themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that.
You know.
The black.
Mud dog home skillet.
You guys, okay? So you
Key
guys
rings
are
you
just-
carry around? Yes, Mark.
Yeah, I probably. Our
It's very
caches
hard to
are
be
probably
stealthy.
filled with
It's
keys.
very
What about the key ring?
Ah, that's a pun.
I mean, journalists think they're funny.
Keymasters, key ring.
I like Keymasters.
Yeah.
Keymasters sounds professional.
Yeah.
We're not.
The locksmiths.
The locksmith.
That's clever too.
I like Keymasters.
I like
The Black Key
Keymasters.
Bandits.
Oh, that's what you name your like goblins in your level 2
Yeah.
campaign.
So who we're gonna face
So
off
you're the
against?
Keymasters. Every time you guys hit a place
Yep,
or
Keymasters
steal
strike
something,
again.
there's always keys missing. There's no keys left in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Patio door doesn't matter.
Hide your kids, hide your keys.
Even like the baby plastic.
Yeah.
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 Two keys.
You're like, we get back and we're just sitting there watching you take like these squeaky toy
No.
keys and like sticking them in.
If you bake cookies in a key shape, we're gonna steal them.
There's some woman literally baking cookies. They're like key shaped. She turns around, turns back, they're all gone.
There's
no,
a
the
painting.
Keymasters
In the
shrink.
painting, there's a key. She
We
cuts
steal
out
the
the square
painting.
with the key.
Then finds a safe behind it.
At this point,
And
like,
you take the piece of parchment, try and jam it alive.
I imagine being a little cocky. We'd probably just, at this point, be playing it up real stupid. Like, you know.
Yeah. Like she thinks she's smart, but she's not. She's not gonna admit it either.
I would roll my eyes at
Yeah.
it.
I like this. I
I'm
like
gonna
this.
try my best to keep these keys organized, and if you unorganize them, I will yell at you.
All right, so
I wear a key necklace.
instead of a window of opportunity, what if it's a lock of opportunity? Or a key of opportunity?
Locks of opportunity.
Or just we can just name it the Keymasters. And that'll be the whole campaign.
I mean, we could go that route if we wanted to start.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like the Keymasters of the campaign. That's
Yeah.
fine.
That's fine.
I gotta erase the top of my.
Gotta erase this character.
I think if you can come up with a name that fits a campaign,
Yeah, I prefer
it's
doing
better
it this
to
way.
name it like that
Yeah.
because then it's
Yeah.
you can't be wasting that. You're
Yeah.
not wasting that name on this campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasting.
I like the
Right.
Keymasters. And that'll just be the whole
I'm
thing.
gonna, so we can reuse this. Well, you named it 40 window of opportunity. I'll just leave
You can rename a notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to
Brad
do it.
has to do it though.
it. Yeah.
I'll just rename it. It's no big deal.
I was just gonna name this Keymaster Rose Notes. So if we wanted to add other things to this.
Properties.
I feel like we just have one notebook per campaign.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
not like
reason.
they're limited.
Done.
That's exciting.
It should update on your end eventually.
You can force it to sync.
It'll happen eventually.
Okay, so we are the Keymasters. You guys steal every key. You have a storeroom of keys.
9 months, we're having a baby.
You dang
One
right.
whole baby.
I think I
How
missed a month at
is-
one point or something because
Oh,
like
that'd
it
be-
was I was using my Twitch one.
Well, if you're
Let's
using the
switch
Prime
over.
one yet, it
Yeah,
falls
because
off.
I'm like 11 months, so.
Yeah, I think that's where mine is.
Did you know, Chad, that
If you have Twitch Prime,
if you have Twitch Prime,
you have Twitch Prime, your mom has Twitch Prime, your aunt has Twitch
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Well, you have Amazon Prime. You can link it to your Twitch account. Get Twitch account, Twitch Prime, and get one free sub to your favorite streamer. Us,
Any streamer?
any streamer.
Wow.
You can give your favorite streamer
Us.
Hers.
the small gift.
So you're telling me I could have a Twitch Prime sub right now and not know about
Yeah.
it?
If you go to the top of the window on the top right, you'll see a subscribe button. It should be purple. If you click it, it'll say sub for free.
Wow.
No cost to you.
Anyway, now that you've done pandering to the audience,
That plug though.
Every Twitch streamer does it.
I will send
So
you a
much
clip.
fun.
You've seen Tim do it. Tim does it, and then he watches chat.
Ninja's freaking whenever someone
Yeah.
subscribes with Twitch, Ninja's subscribe sound is him saying
Yeah.
Did you know?
That's pretty smart.
He's back up to like 215K. It fluctuates so crazy.
I like Felicia Day. Hers is just a one-time thing, and she puts most of it towards charity.
I haven't watched any of her streams, but yeah, she does. Yeah.
It's neat. It doesn't auto renew. Like I checked to be sure, and then you have like access to her Discord, which is cool.
Cool she does it that way.
Yeah.
Like Tyler One had thousands of subs for literally years. He got banned from Twitch and was still making money from Twitch.
It's amazing.
okay. So we're the Keymasters. You guys take jobs, as you're known as in the city. All right, let's name the other gangs.
Okay,
Give
so
some
what
of
do
them
they
dumb
do?
names.
Why did they get names? Or did they name themselves? They're like real. There's
Some
got to
of
be at
them-
least one of them
One
that
that
name
named
themselves.
At least one or two are pretentious fucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Iron Mark Knives.
Oh man, those are some fucks.
Wow, I want to play against that
I like
dodgeball
that.
team.
that one's probably they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
They're just known for stabbing people.
Yep.
Like, oh, he got shanked in the alley by
They're
Iron
the-
Do you want
Mark
to put what they're
knives.
known for?
They probably
Yeah, sure.
I don't think you need to put one for that.
they enforce. They bully,
Stat.
protection.
Enforcing
Protection rackets.
protection rackets, petty Petty assault.
If you need someone shook down or
Or if you just need money, you can borrow it from them, but they're gonna come beat you up if you don't pay back.
The Violet Vipers.
was this like a
Those
crew-
motherfuckers name themselves.
a crew? Yeah,
They all wear
Trade?
purple.
robe wearing.
Yep. They're all from OSEP,
Conception purple.
and they're
robe
in
wearing.
purple robes and purple like whole like face things.
Their
I-
whole
I could
everything
see
on.
them-
Turbans, the whole nine.
They show up
Doing-
with like scimitar.
Yeah.
Drug trade stuff too. Vipers
Uh,
and poisons and snakes.
They do
Like venom.
poisons, drug trade, and mysterious disappearances. Slaves.
That makes me uncomfortable. Triggered. Legit.
I don't like them because they're cocky.
Yeah, fucking.
They don't come in my
They stand
room.
out. We should just take them out. Because that's what we do.
I mean, that's what I do. I'd be like, man, these vipers fucking suck. I'm gonna go kill them now. You guys like,
We're like,
hold
we're gonna
on.
go work today, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on. Put on armor.
Let's see who else we have.
Let's go.
The Crystal Phantoms.
Oh boy.
It's an Amorai outfit that primarily deals in assassinations.
That seems pretty high profile.
Not many of them.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows how many.
I'm not a
They'll
fan
leave
of
assassins.
trying to take them out.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go take them out. No, we're not.
That one we're gonna stay home.
We don't even know where they are.
Can I sleep with their leader?
The Raven Razor Company.
They name themselves.
Are they an actual
Are they a Dollar Shave Club?
I was
company?
gonna say.
They use the straight razors.
What if they
Okay,
deal
Sweeney
in
Todd.
like weapons, but
Maybe like arms
untraceable?
dealers.
Yeah, arms dealers.
Smuggling maybe a little bit.
Smugglers, arms
If
dealers.
you need to get like a blade to do a job,
Yeah.
you go to these guys.
I
I love the fact that I'm a shadowy assassin dude with a giant greatsword.
I need two more.
I just come out of your
Yeah,
shadow.
we
What's up,
killed
motherfucker?
one, and then there's one left.
The ones that you
Kill.
guys killed were the ruby boars.
Yeah, they suck.
That's some level 1 stuff right there.
They
They
were
got
literally
him.
13 guys.
They got them way over their
13
head.
dudes that just
13 guys. They met at a pig roast.
I bet
That's
they
where
were
they got their name.
hired because they wouldn't ask too many questions.
Yes.
Because they were just.
Yeah.
They were
confident.
new. They were all ex Darkest War veterans,
Oh, that's sad.
and you killed all of them.
Good.
And the last one,
what was Buck's name before XXX?
No, he leaves.
He probably he's it's like fucking 3 a.m. or some shit for him.
Tunnel snake.
Tunnel snakes. Trash cans.
Trash pandas.
Dirty Serenites.
Bears with chains on arms.
Oh yeah.
I don't play that game again.
Keldrite Swarm.
Killjoy Swarm.
Boy.
Boy.
I need to play that game.
I need to get
I
that
started
game.
it, but I haven't.
You were Loretta for 2
Yeah.
Loretta.
Loretta has not wanted to play video games.
this is hard.
Did you cry?
Sleep.
Okay. Sleeping / crying.
Yeah. Sleep crying.
Oh, okay. Crying in your sleep.
Yes, Brad.
The Blackwater Bandits.
The Face Changers.
The Krakens.
This is gonna be the regional one, the big one.
The big one. The big one.
That's their name. The big ones.
You could make it a family.
Is this Andrea's or no?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. If,
Yeah. If they're the one that control that item or are supposed to be. Whatever it is.
I hope this one's run by a gnome.
named
I want to kill a gnome.
Dice Z Tower.
Dyson, what?
Vacuums.
Sup.
Yeah, they do.
You're not wrong.
Well done.
Good word association, Ashley.
I win for today.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, hey.
Willie.
The Willy.
Willy
The
The
Willy
Willies.
clan.
Just the willies.
Z Willie.
It did have hose in different area codes.
The psychedelic honey. Please. Oh no.
That would be a really freaking good. That needs to be your new brothel.
Psychedelic honey.
Jesus.
Psychedelic honeys.
Oh my god. The vibrant honeys.
And vibrant hose.
Excuse me. Not.
Don't call
They're
myself.
not.
Excuse me.
The vibrant hewers.
I'm a working girl.
Man, this is hard.
Just give him a family name.
Zodiac killers.
The Zodiac Killer.
The head of the family is Ted Cruz. So,
Oh my God.
you know.
Zodiac.
Oh no. Please clap.
Please.
The Forgotten Kingdom.
Got something. He's thinking about it.
Wild Dungeon.
He's making sure it makes sense. He's weighing a couple different options, but he's got it narrowed down.
Crush, Crush, Crush. Incorporated.
Incorporated.
Misery business.
I'm glad you do ask.
No.
They take your eyes.
Zeiss.
Oh god.
He's ice.
Z Zeiss. Mud puppies.
Mud puppers.
Guild Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sellies.
The savage sound.
Savage.
That's not faulty.
The Barristan
Jeez.
Selmies.
He's like.
The barista selling.
Velvet handbags. I don't know. I don't know where that one came from.
Why would you want a velvet handbag?
Why wouldn't you want a velvet handbag? The HDMI cables.
What's that?
They choke you to death with HDMI cable.
Yeah, that's what they do. You have to get choked to find out.
And then die.
You'll know at the end.
No.
They'll tell you as they're killing you. Balls. Root beer.
Bears.
Beats.
Beats.
Battlestar Galactica.
The Eevees.
No.
The EV.
The Freemasons.
Ooh.
We might go missing if we go there.
Oh, this one's hard because I know what I want it to be.
Saval's a bitch.
League of Extraordinary.
No, it wouldn't be long.
Bitch.
We were going to go with the Liberation Front. That's it.
The Liberation
That's just it. No one knows.
We don't know what they're
We haven't said anything about Chuck Norris.
They operate out of Camturo, Ironmark, Ninult, Vassilian, and have bases of operations in both Tursa and Lotensai.
I just put they operate out of a lot of places.
That's it. Note to self: just give the party unlockable chests.
Huh? No.
That would be really cool if we started finding chests that we had the keys for, and there was just like random stuff in them, like cookies.
This is all clothes.
I rolled a 23 on my key finding check.
You found one key. Is to your own bathroom.
Nice.
It's on your wrist.
Sweet.
No, I like this. This is cool.
It's really fun.
Like that every room we go in, we're going to have to ask Brad,
Are there keys?
are there any keys?
Do I see any locks? Do I find the corresponding keys for these locks?
I mean, at least Brad knows to prep that now, so he will put keys in rooms for us.
Brad's going to show us a lock, and we're not going to be able to leave that establishment until I find that key.
Even
Brad's
if
like,
it's,
they're at the front door, they're coming in. I'm like, I can't find a fucking key. There's got to be a key here somewhere, god damn it.
Okay.
Chances are they have it.
Parents chat.
I said I hadn't talked about Chuck Norris yet, so.
Okay. Anything else the party wants to handle or do? What do you want your first job to be? What are you guys doing when we start the campaign? What are you in the middle of?
Could be just a basic heist. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Clearing out somebody's estate before. Could have been, you know,
Can we be ripping off those purple dudes? Like they had a caravan or something coming in, or just taking it?
That's the only petty theft we do is for the purple guys.
We're just gunning for the purple
We're
guys.
just making them mad.
Fuck those
It like
velvet
ended up
assholes.
being like a particularly easy mark that we learned about or something.
Okay.
or just to get our
There
feet
a ship's come up river containing a number of packages marked for the Violet Vipers. Rachel now knows about it. It's coming in at night. There's only one Bata Sentinel on duty, and you know he's already paid off.
He's probably asleep.
He's sleepy boy.
Okay. So you're breaking into a ship. There's going to be keys everywhere.
It's a key ship.
It is moored. We're going to say that you guys had to get to the ship in a rowboat. It's moored off the docks, like in the middle of the river.
We want to get to it before they can, so
What did
preferably
the fire
before
boat-
it's actually
Before
at
it
the
hits
dock.
the dock.
So
It's
we're
not.
gonna-
It's not set the dock for another hour. So you're breaking onto the ship.
Yep. Like it.
Okay.
Practicing
fish.
my rowing.
It's not on the river. It's an airship.
We're in a
Then we
row.
needed a
I was about
rowboat.
to say, do they make row airships?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna
We're just
tie
gonna move
a
it
rope.
up down.
We're
Make
gonna
it
row
flat.
under it. I'm gonna tie a rope to my arrow. I'm gonna shoot it, and then we gotta scale up it. Someone needs to be a Vasar. This would be flying.
Yeah, where's Brazil?
Is this like the first campaign with no stars?
Yeah.
We could be highly challenged this campaign.
Yeah. I can say that there's a chasm.
And
Yeah.
we're not just like, I fly over it. And you're like,
That was the whole thing. It was supposed to take you an hour. Okay. It's
Until we can-
middle of the river. It's a sailing ship, fairly large, flat bottom.
Flat bottom ship.
Okay. That's all we got. Okay, that'll be the first session.
I like it.
You're gonna be immediately in combat.
That's good.
I mean, it's a ship.
Yeah. There's gonna be armed men on board.
Right. If we can avoid the combat, we're pretty good.
Is there anything we should do to prep for that?
No. I'm gonna run a mock combat probably on like a Wednesday or something.
Well, we can just run it before we start.
Yeah.
Saturday. I don't care. Or we do it. I don't care.
We'll pick a day. We will do it.
Okay. Anyone have any questions?
No, I'm excited. I actually really like this class. It's fucking cool.
You can give this back to Andrew.
I'm a little more excited for like PF2 because they're incorporating some of this kind of stuff. Was one? I mean, Bard was like
It's a core class.
it's a core class.
If they don't do it, I'll be real upset.
I think they intend to do all the core classes.
Okay. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? Is this it?
I think we're good.
Okay. End session. It'll be a short stream tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
Follow us.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah,
Check out our Kickstarter. It was linked a minute ago.
Kickstarter.
It's still there.
check that out.
Go to Discord. Join Discord.
Yeah,
I'm not
come-
going to do as much pomp and circumstance moving forward. For starting streams. We'll just be here and then we'll leave. But we
Yeah,
can
that's
say bye.
fine.
Cool.
Sweet. Archstrom. Thanks for watching.
Have a good night. Next Saturday will be the official start of the campaign. We'll be back every Saturday at 5. Bye.
Bye.